2025 for Ken Floyd's AC Flora Falcons. They won right here, 30-19 over Westwood last week. So they're off to a good start, looking to go 2-0.
With that being said, let's get right into some of our key players in tonight's matchup. We begin with our Michaelis matches, players to watch from Chapin, our visiting team.
For Chapin, it starts with senior tight end Jessup Boulware. You see him right there. Had a big season in 2024, 11 receptions, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They didn't score last week. They're going to be looking to Jessup Boulware tonight to get him on the scoreboard. Over on the defensive side of the ball, you see him right here. Senior linebacker Caleb Davis. On offer from Newberry, he had 69 tackles last year, 1 tackle for loss, 2 picks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. This is a Chapin defense that's going to have to come up big tonight against a potent AC Flora Falcons offense.
Who are our Michaelis matches players to watch for our home team tonight, the AC Flora Falcons?
For AC Flora on offense, it starts with senior quarterback Roper Winsky. He threw 3 touchdown passes last week in the win over Westwood. He threw for nearly 3,000 yards last season, 28 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, more than 5,000 career yards through the air. He has an offer from Tennessee, and he is a super athlete. And over on the defensive side of the ball, Azel Banag, 101 tackles last year, 4 for loss, 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. The only thing he didn't do is wash the jerseys. He has 24 D1 offers. He is committed to Harvard. This is a good Falcons defense led by Azel Banag.
And those are Michaelis matches players to watch. And now Blue Cross and Blue Shield brings us our keys to the game. And what are they, Joe?
You see, for Chapin, eliminate mental lapses, which really plagued them in their loss last week. And they must get a cohesive defensive effort from all 11 guys to stop this Flora offense. Conversely, for the Falcons, they must handle that Chapin blitz on offense, and then on defense, they've got to be very physical and stop this Chapin offense from getting on the scoreboard here tonight.
Keys to the game, as always, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We thank them for that sponsorship. It's Chapin at Flora coming up next on the FNR Game of the Week.
The story for this team has yet to be written.
Pick it up. We've never seen anything quite like this. Arch Manning, what a throw!
This is going to be a war right now.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands Trophy since 1976.
Our generation has a choice to turn away from our challenges or to chase them down. The South Carolina National Guard is proud to honor these scholar athletes who are excelling on and off the field. You can have it all in the South Carolina Army National Guard.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands Trophy since 1976.
Welcome back inside the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Coming right up in a moment, Chapin at Flora. Should be a good matchup. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth. Down on the sideline, the third member of our broadcast team, Claire Foley. What's going on, Claire?
It's a homecoming of sorts for Chapin senior linebacker Palmer Flake. That's because when these two teams met last year, Palmer was wearing a Falcons uniform. After transferring from AC Flora to Chapin this year, head coach Ryan Cole says that Palmer is an exciting player that plays with a lot of energy on a normal game day. So with the extra emotions here tonight, he says he's just going to tell him to do his job, not try to do too much, and that's certainly going to be important as they try to to tame AC Flora's dynamic and experienced offense. Guys.
Thank you very much, Claire. Claire will be on the sideline all evening long, and there are the AC Flora Falcons taking the field. Stacey Huff and Joe Cashin will have the call. We'll have the call for you up here in the booth. We're expecting a good ball game, Joe. We mentioned Chapin took a tough loss to Catawba Ridge last week. AC Flora came out victorious, so both teams have a lot of motivation in this week one, but their second game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. If you're Chapin, you really want to bounce back and get some points on the board. They had a lot of mental mistakes last week. Turnovers, 3 of them led directly to Catawba Ridge points in a 30-0 loss. And meanwhile, AC Flora right here, we mentioned it in the opening, they had a nice win over Westwood. Ken Floyd not particularly happy with the win. Thought his team could have been a lot better in a lot of areas. But you know what? Week one, you get a win.
That's right.
Football coaches often talk about the improvement that a team makes from game 1 to game 2. You'll see that more in that gap of time than you will any other time of the season. We'll check that out tonight for both these teams.
Well said, Joe Cashin. That being said, Columbia Blue a theme in both teams' colors. Chapin, the visitors, will be in white with blue and light blue and dark blue trim. The dark blue helmets. Your home team, the AC Flora Falcons, in the cardinal blue gray pants. There's your head coach for AC Flora, Ken Floyd. He's a Fairfield Central alum, played his college football at North Greenville. Spent some time at Swansea as offensive coordinator, spent some time at Irmo under Reggie Kennedy, my good friend, as offensive coordinator, and won a state championship under Curtis, Dustin Curtis over here. And now he's in his 4th year. Ryan Cole, a New Englander. Ryan Cole from Manchester, New Hampshire. Played at Central High School up there, played at Plymouth State College back in '94. Was a punter and safety. He's been a defensive coordinator at Chapin under Gentry and now takes over, coached under the great Eddie Muldrow. And at Clemson, he was a grad assistant under people like Tommy West and Reggie Herring. Great pedigree for Coach Cole over there at Chapin, trying to even his record at 1-1. Both coaches are very enthusiastic. They both like their teams this year and looking for a great performance week 2, as Joe mentioned. A lot on the table for both these teams. We're set for kickoff in a Will Luke Ray Opportunity School kickoff. Kicking off right to left. Chapin in all white. Will be caught right short of the goal line, and they're going to call that a touchback in high school. If the ball threatens the goal line, there's no return in high school football for safety. And also there's a flag as well. So I think there might have been a little offsides on Chapin. We'll see how they walk this off, Joe.
Encroachment on the kicking team, 5 yards, re-kick.
Encroachment is the call.
Hey, you know what? We're already in business. We've got a clean referee feed right there.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, we didn't have that last week. We missed that last week. We love to hear the refs yell out those penalties, those malfeasance, if you will. They're walking it back. Or actually, they just kick it. Look at the ball still at the 35. So we're going to re-kick this whole thing all over again. Will Luke Ray Opportunity School for over 100 years. They've been helping students build a better future. Our kickoff sponsor fielded at the 15-yard line. AC Flora going left and right on your screen. Decent return. Tackle will be made at about the 34-yard line by a host of Eagles. That return for AC Flora was number 1, Azel Benag. We talked about him. He's an outstanding defensive player, but returns kicks as well.
And again, Roper Winsky will lead this offense. Might have said Tennessee in the opening. East Tennessee State is where he has an offer, and you see their offense right there.
There it is. Roper Winsky, Simmons, the running back. They'll use a lot of running backs. Kendall Bird, outstanding receiver. Josh Davis, also talented. Charlie Scott as well. He's a captain. Batet, a transfer over from Richard Northeast. He's really good. McGowan. And we get the offensive line for AC Flora in just a moment. Quick to the line of scrimmage. They're going to throw it a lot, by the way. AC Flora throws it a lot. Empty backfield. Pass happy offense. Winsky, 3rd-year starter, out left, across the 40, cutting across field. This is going to be Kendall Bird across midfield. Kendall Bird across the 40. Bird's going to Cadillac out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. What a nice play call, a little flanker screen out there, and he just made the most of it. Outstanding athlete, Kendall Bird. First down for AC Flora, Joe. That is a MUSC Health first down.
And that's a 34-yard pickup. Bird taking flight right here, Stacy. He took the little slip screen to the left and cut across the field as you described it. Picked up a couple of great blocks. AC Flora already in business.
Yeah, they put it in the air quite a bit. That's the AC Flora offense again. That's the AC Flora defense. We'll get to them in just a moment. Get you Chapin's defense. Another similar pass, this time to Charlie Scott. I mentioned Charlie Scott, the captain. He's going to gain about 5 across the 30-yard line. We call it 4, 2nd down and 6 coming up. They're going at you fast. No huddle, No back in the backfield. There's the Chapin defense. Lorick, Bowers, Clinton Gentry, Coach Gentry's son, Condrey, Caleb Davis, the outstanding linebacker. We'll talk more about him. Palmer Flake, we talked about. Parker Collins, and Peyton Griffin, Williams, Todd, and Ellaby, the defensive backfield for Chapin, the Eagles. And 29 right there on your screen is someone we'll call that name quite a bit. Caleb Davis, the outstanding linebacker committed to Newberry.
He was one of our players to watch.
Yes, sir. Empty backfield again. 5 wide receivers in the formation as they typically do. Now they're going to switch now and put a man behind Charlie Winsky. That is Blake Battette. They'll use Battette all over the place. He'll run it. He'll throw it. He'll catch it. That's another flanker screen. Charlie Scott across the 10. Strike up. The AC Flora Falcon fight song, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. As a matter of fact, 6 on the board for AC Flora, just like that. And SCDC touchdown. Talk about it, Joe.
You see it right here. Another little short pass, a little slant over the middle, and Charlie Scott made one man miss. That's all he had to make. That one guy missed, and Charlie Scott with a great name.
Love it.
If you're a basketball aficionado.
Old school basketball.
Charlie Scott into the end zone, and boy, that didn't take long. Just a minute, 17 seconds into this one.
A few gashing passes that time, and just before you can get your popcorn and get in your seats. The snap is decent. Good hold, good kick. Hands to the sky, and just like that, it is 7-up. 7-0, AC Flora, the Falcons at home, taking a quick strike. Early lead. Talk about it, Joe.
Once again, you see it from up top. Scott, I mean, he's just virtually untouched. He comes in from the right, takes that quick pass, and it did not take long at all.
We'll be right back.
Friday nights are made for moments like these. Every parent's dream is to see their child play under the lights. But one reckless choice can take it all away. Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Welcome back, folks, and really quickly, like a lightning strike, that's Charlie Scott, the touchdown maker right there, the senior wide receiver, and 7-0 just like that, AC Flora. Joe, how did they get that done so quickly?
3 plays, 67 yards, just a minute, 10 seconds off the clock, and with that big 34-yard completion right from the get-go to Kendall Bird. He took that short pass and rambled through the middle of the field. He gets it all the way down there to the 33 of Chapin, and then just 2 plays after that, it's Charlie Scott from 30 yards out. And, well, I don't know that could have been much easier that time, Stacy. If you're AC Flora, you march 67 just like that, and Chapin has to go out there and try to answer.
We barely had time to get our Stewart Law Office's lineups done. By the way, Stewart Law Office brought you those starting lineups we did. Visit stewartlawoffice.net today. They're 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Stewart Law Offices. And now time for, again, and this sponsor may get a workout tonight. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School sponsors our kickoffs, folks. And there we are again, kicking off left to right. AC Flora to Chapin, filled it inside 16-yard line. Little room on the right side. And then gang tackle down. Good hard collision there about the 29-yard line. They'll spot it there. And that's where Chapin would try to answer that return for Chapin by number 36, Braden Francis, who's also a pretty good basketball player for the Chapin athletic department over there. The Chapin offense, Joe, brought to you by Stewart Law Office. Jay Stoker, the transfer, just came in. Kynert, also a transfer from Northside Baptist, Northside Christian. Greer, Francis, we just talked about. O'Kane are the wide receivers. Bullware, we talked about. The O-line, Musk is the Appalachian State commit. Tisdale, Hetlinger, Glenn, and Maben. They're big up front. Chapin traditionally huge up front. We'll talk about Muskus in a little bit. He's a huge kid going to play for Dowell Lawkins, from a Gamecock offensive coordinator at Appalachian State next year. Snap. Bob Lawkins bobbled. It was never gotten clean. That ball's on the ground, Joe, and that is AC Flora football. man, you can't get off to a much worse start if you're Chapin right now.
Well, Chapin really reeling after last week's loss, and then they come out here and get punched right in the nose right from the get-go by AC Flora, and you described it. Quarterback just never got it. Jay Stoker really never got a handle on that snap. You'll see it right here. He takes it. It's kind of a little out to his right, and the mesh point just got completely blown up. And give credit right there to Jordan Davis, the junior linebacker from AC Flora. He got in there and disrupted everything. And boy, look at the Falcons. They take over at the plus 25.
And that offense had 3 plays and to the painted area to La Casa last time. Chase Stoker, we barely got to talk about him. He's a transfer from Raven Gap, the Georgia Power. Played some tight end last year. Big quarterback, played some tight end. That handle that time, a little shaky. So we come out now and it looks like they finally have a guy in the backfield again, and it's going to be in the air. Going up top, looking for Bird. Caught. What a throw. Touchdown, AC Flora. Winsky, the baseball player, throws a strike to Kendall Bird, who flies to pay dirt. Number 6 on the board, strike up. AC Flora fights on.
Just your fade coming here on this near side. Double coverage. They don't get there. Don't get there in time, and it's
beautifully done.
Azel Banag right there. He's able to go out there. And
that was Banag?
That was number 1, Banag.
That was 3. My bad. I gave Bird the fly. I gave him the flying and everything. That was Banag. Good job. He's a defensive standout, but he catches one on offense that time, and they're just having fun. Snap down, hold down, and hands to the sky once again. It is up and good for the Falcons. Trying to see where they get that kicker's name. There's Grant Hill, by the way, another basketball name. Charlie Scott, the old Boston Celtic, and Tar Heel, and now Grant Hill is on the field for AC Flora. Look at it. Talk about it, Joe.
Yeah, once again, this is the fade. Looking for Banag here in this corner.
Oh, that is a 1. I thought, man, he got me. The Banag, listen, he said, Joe and Stacy, you talked about me as a Harvard commit for defense, but I can catch the ball as well. Got to have the books together. By the way, his dad, Yvonne Banag, is the defensive coordinator at AC Flora and a former Gamecock under Steve Spurrier. And that's Ken Floyd, the coach right there. But Yvonne Banag, the dad Banag over there on the defensive staff, and again, former Gamecock, stayed right here in Columbia. It's Coach Ken Floyd. Coach Floyd now, listen, he's a happy camper right now. He said he wasn't happy last week. I bet he's happy right now.
He's got to be a little more pleased. 8-second drive. 1 play, 25 yards. Banag with the 25-yard strike from Roper Winsky, who now has 5 touchdown passes in 1 game and about a minute and a half of tonight.
And that's, you just saw in your screen right there, Coach Cole right there. He can't be more unhappy right now. They had some breakdowns on defense, a couple of big plays, 3 big plays, leading to 2 touchdowns and a miscue the first play of offense. And it's going to be a pooch kick filled at the 21-yard line. Little room this time on the right side. Got to beat a man to the corner, cuts it back. Decent return up to the 39-yard line. About a 16-yard return that time. Pretty good field position for Chapin and Joe. They got to get their legs up under them.
They need to slow this thing down a little bit. Things are spinning out of control quickly for the Eagles. They need to possess the ball here for a little bit. Even if they don't get any points on this thing, they need to possess the ball and kind of slow this game down a little bit. It's really gotten out of control early.
Defense are AC Flora, Brown, Williams, Watson, and Bishop. We'll talk more about Peyton Bishop in a moment, and Nasir Walker. Linebackers Lafitte, Davis, and Williams. Safeties Daniels, Batet, we just saw him on offense, and Azel Banag, who just caught the touchdown pass. Yeah, we'll talk about Peyton Bishop. They call him Payday. He's one of the leaders in the sacks after the first week of the season. And that's just a good hard run for basically a yard and a half. And that was Nasir Walker, number 15. Now, he's a specimen as a 10th grader. Big size on 15 right there, Joe.
Yeah, and that's good hard running right there by Drew. And I'm sorry.
Get that. I was trying to read his jerseys a little bit. That might have been 2.
That would have been J.R. Kynard.
Yeah, that's Kynard. Kynard's going to do the bulk of the running. He's a transfer from Northside Christian. Yeah. Now, he's a talented kid, Joe. Had a big season for Northside Christian last year.
Only picked up a yard there, so.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It was tough sledding last week for Chapin. There's Stoker, the Raven Gap transfer. He's got good size. That's right, he played some tight end last year. Nothing happening up the middle. I mean, AC Flora is just not having it. Good leg drive that time, and the whistle has not blown, so give the Chapin runner credit. After contact, he pushed that pile for about 4 yards. And that's going to set up third and reasonable.
You just described it, Stacy, because there was nothing there initially at the point of attack as that play got underway. And boy, just credit Chapin. They just took that pile and shoved it down the field about 4 or 5 yards. Makes this very manageable. Really need to pick this up and move the chains.
Yeah, that's Kiner. I like Kiner, man. He's a strong. He had a couple of those runs last year where it was spectacular 5-yard runs because there wasn't a lot of room at the point of attack. 3rd and 4 right here. And this time, nothing happening. Just as soon as the handoff was there, it's as if AC Flora was in the huddle. And violent collisions that time. We'll see who was there first.
I think Peyton Bishop was there to blow that thing up.
Yes.
He didn't get the tackle, but he was in that backfield so fast he almost caught the snap. Peyton Bishop really disrupted that thing, and then he had some help. No gain there, and what does Chapin do?
Peyton Bishop, about 6'3". There's number 0. Call him Agent Zero. He has offers from Miami, of Ohio, Kent State, among others, but some bigger visits that I was told not to necessarily mention. He got some bigger visits coming up in the next few weeks. South Carolina State is in on him, but there's some schools have not pulled the trigger. Some bigger D1s that are really looking at him. And I think he's only a junior. So Nasir Walker, 15, is only a 10th grader at AC Flora. So a lot of talent, Joe. So punt time for Chapin. The good thing about it, Joe, they can get to flip the field a little bit here with a good punt.
The snap, delay a game.
And that's not
on the kicking team.
So
5
they
yards.
credit for the field position
down.
to give 5 of those yards back. It's like they got a standing 8 count right now, Joe.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah, we've only played a little over 4 minutes, and it's 14-0. And AC Flora poised to get the ball back. There's Coach Cole on your screen right there. He's got to be frustrated. Let's look at the snap over his head. It's just lemony snickets, a series of unfortunate events for Chapin right now. And that's a horror show. The ball's going to be down inside the 12-yard line.
I was just about to say, Stacy, they really need to get a good snap on this punt, and they just didn't right here. I'm not sure if the punter was ready. Even if he was, that snap went way over his head. We kind of saw that a little bit in last week's game, too. Lugoff Elgin had some issues in that area, but they were able to overcome them and win. But Chapin, as you say, they are really reeling, and the Flora Falcons taking over at about the 13-yard line.
This is Mike Tyson crawling around the ring looking for his mouthpiece type. Fumbling around right now. They got to get their legs under them. They almost need a timeout just to get the poise back. Downhill comes AC Flora. They're going to run it one time now, and a nice move in the hole that time inside the 5-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. Let's give some love to the running back that time. The only second carry of the ball game. That is number 25, Jalen Simmons, the junior. That's only two running plays. Is there a penalty? I see some standing around.
I think they're just
referee got his shoe. I think a referee's shoe might have come off over there. He's getting his wheel together over there. Flat tire. Chapin secondary right there. They're trying to figure it out. Scott out in the slot right now. Bird in the formation onto the right side. Simmons in the backfield with Winsky. And it's going to be the run to Simmons. He picks his way into the end zone. Touchdown, AC Flora. Once again, touchdown, Jalen Simmons. Strike up the Falcons fight song. Penalty after the play. It's going to be some taunting, I believe. It might be some unsportsmanlike taunting after the play. Take a look at this play, Joe.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Just inside zone. And he's just able to pick his way through traffic. And Jalen Simmons, the junior running back, into the end zone. And, yeah.
Just preening for our camera over in the end zone. I think that might have caused a flag right there. These kids know where the cameras are now. It's a camera generation. So, yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. That's what the players from AC Flora looking at the sideline. They're doing the gesture for the coaches. Like, that's what happened. It's unsportsmanlike conduct. We did it. Yeah. And I saw the play. I won't call the kids out, but it was offensive linemen celebrating. They did a great job, though, Joe. Here it is.
So the play's a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, AC Flora, that penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Kickoff on the 25, too, so that might help Chapin out a little bit. But
so in for the extra point, once again, number 13, Grant Hill. Snap is good. There's going to be illegal procedure on AC Flora, so back-to-back penalties on AC Flora. Now, Coach Floyd is not going to be happier with that. The taunting and now the unforced error on the extra point.
Prior to the snap, false start on the kicking team. 5 yards, retry.
Don't know if,
I tell you what, I love a clean referee feed.
Yes.
We can hear him and he's talking to us and tell us what's going on, man.
You can't beat it, man.
I love that.
Broadcasters, the smallest things we get into, like good rosters, good rosters. We like good rosters. Oh, fumble snap. Good job by Winsky getting that together and down. If we see that again, that was a great hand.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was very adroit by Winsky. The kick is up and good. Hands to the sky. We are 21-0 AC Flora in full command. Watch this catch on the snap right here if we can. There's the touchdown right there. We'll be right back after this.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Chapin Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Chapin Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Chapin way. Call Chapin right away.
Welcome in. If you're just joining us, that score is correct. AC Flora in full command all over the Chapin Eagles, 21-0. We've played about 5 minutes and some change. And coming up, I want you to know they want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We will introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. I look forward to that always as we celebrate the outstanding scholar athletes these schools bring to the table. And that's the press box, folks. We're sitting up there. Joe and I are up there somewhere. You can't see us. We're waving. You can't see it, but we're saying hello from that spaceship-looking deal right there. And it smells like team spirit. The folks are out. The Falcons are known for football and basketball wearing the construction neon yellow vest. And they got them out here in command today and right below us to the right. The student section always loud and proud for the Falcons, and they really get into the athletics here. Won a championship about 4 years ago. 2020, 2021 in there.
They won the 2024 A-State champs when Dustin Curtis was the head coach here, and then they went 13-1 in 2022 and lost in the state semifinals.
Sure did.
So they had a couple of good runs here.
And then lost a bunch of seniors and went 4-7, and then 8-4 last year. So they kind of trending back up. Coach Floyd kind of likes the trend. Will Luke, great opportunity to school kickoff right there, left to right. Chapin will field it at the 40-yard line. Decent return across the 50, across the 40. We got something here across the 30, down just inside the 25-yard line. Let's get a look at it. Who was that young man? That's number 30, I believe it was 36. That's the second decent return he's had right there. That's Braden Francis, who, as I mentioned, a talented wide receiver and a talented basketball player. We'll look great opportunity school helping students build a better future for over 100 years. Wins your kickoffs. That's one of the Chapin assistant coaches right there on the sideline.
And AC Flora coach Ken Floyd will not be pleased because that was set up by that unsportsmanlike penalty. And you got to kick it off at the 25, and so you lose those yards, and then all of a sudden here's Chapin. They don't have to run it back far. They're in business.
Great point, Joe. Great point. Sitting up here with Joe Cashin, the Coastal Carolina broadcasting legend to my right up here. Stacey Huff with you, Claire Foley on the sideline. A helmet down and a modest gain. Call it 5, though, but a helmet's going to come off, and an AC Flora player has to sit out a play. Tough run for Chapin that time. That might have been, I think it might have been the other back. That might have been Sanders Brown. I think that was him or Kynert. They're shuffling in running backs. I think that may have been, we'll get a look at the number again, but there's a mass of bodies in there.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yes,
a mass of bodies in there.
47 is in right now. Luke Cromer, that was Luke Cromer. He's interesting number for a running back. He's in there again. He and Kynert handle most of the carries. 3 wide receivers in the formation for Chapin. Ball's at the 22-yard line. It'll be second and call it 7. Call it 6. Snap out wide. Got one man to beat over there. He shakes out that one tackle, and that was the man who had the kickoff return right there. And good job getting to the helmets to the ball by AC Flora. That was Braden Francis going nowhere fast.
Kevin Daniels, the safety for AC Flora. You see him fly up right here. He didn't make the tackle, but he slows his play down. There goes Daniels going out of bounds. Made a good read on that. Slowed that play down for the flock of Falcons to come in and finish the play off.
Blake Battette, who I said I played both ways a little bit, the Richard Northeast transfer. He was the first guy there, the Dartmouth commit. And he's a really good athlete. They'll hand it to him, they'll throw it to him, and he makes a lot of tackles at safety. He was a Richard Northeast leading receiver last season. Comes over for his senior year to be a Falcon. Looking left. That's he bobbled it a little bit. Francis didn't catch it cleanly, but that's going to be a first down, I believe.
It will be, yes.
Just enough for a first down. That'll be the first down of the ball game, I do believe, for Chapin. Take a look at this catch right here.
It's a good throw out here to this near side left, and the bobbling almost cost him the catch right there, but give credit to Braden Francis, the senior wideout, for being able to collect that ball, secure it, and fall forward enough to move the chains.
So MUSC Health first down for Chapin. MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. That's Coach Ken Floyd on your screen right there. Fairfield Central alum, North Greenville University alum. One man in the backfield, Cromer, and he's got to throw this away. He went down. He probably should have just thrown it away and saved the loss of yards that time, but quarterback.
Well, they have had some real center to quarterback issues, center to punter issues tonight.
Stoker's having a tough night right there. Take a look at this one. See if it was a snap. It's to the left, but it hit his hands. It was to the left a little bit.
They haven't gotten the timing right on any of this stuff tonight, and it's really costing the Eagles.
Yeah, they're fortunate that wasn't worse, though. If he doesn't fall on that ball, that ball is going back the other way. They need points, but what they can't do is afford another turnover right now. It's going to be second and a country mile, a long-distance phone call to the first down marker. Stoker looking right. Overthrown, and that's the turnover I said they didn't need. Down the left sideline, AC Flora. Get a number on that interceptor right there. That's Benag. We talked about him, blowing kisses to the crowd. He's having a night, Joe.
That's his second catch tonight. His first one was a touchdown. The second one was a pick.
He's catching everything.
You see it here. I mean, this is just, I'm not sure where this ball is supposed to go. And a great job, but he did put his knee down right there.
Almost did, but did not put his knee down. Get smart.
Great dexterity right there and awareness not to put the knee down. And Benag comes up with the interception. And, boy, you're Chapin. You had to get points there, Stacy, and not come away empty, and they came away empty.
Ball's returned up to the 34-yard line before going out of bounds, and that's where AC Flora take over. But Benag is definitely Benagging Chapin tonight. Look at Roper Winsky, 4 for 4. He's the baseball standout as well now in AC Flora Powerhouse Baseball Program. 4 for 4. He hasn't thrown any completion yet. There's another 5 for 5 now, but good job getting to the football. Chapin that time, getting up some love. Harper Ellerby closed fast that time like a lion on an antelope on the Serengeti, Joe.
Not sure how I follow that. I tell you what. That was great defense by Chapin, and a loss, a negative play is something what they had to have that right there after the turnover, and so now AC Flora behind the chains. And if you're the Eagles, you got to keep them there, keep them behind the chains and off schedule.
Well, they need to string a couple plays together right now. You get a feeling that the whole thing is in the balance right now. It could be, you don't want a boat race, you don't want a long night, but Chapin has to stand up right now and string a couple plays together to stem the tide, Joe. That's Coach Cole right there, remaining poised, but he's got to be unhappy with this performance so far in the first quarter. Winsky's going to roll right. He's going to break the pocket and go across the 30. Got out of bounds at about the 32. They're going to mark him down at about the 32-yard line out of bounds. They're going to give him the 34. I think he went out a little earlier than that, but he'll take the extra yard.
Yeah, that's a smart play by Winsky. You've got a 3-score lead here in the first quarter. You've got command of the football game. Don't force something down the field that isn't there. Just scramble ahead, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so that's a good play.
That's him getting instruction from Floyd right there. Robert Winsky, the son of Charlie Winsky, who's a deputy commissioner with the South Carolina High School League. And I get to talk to Charlie every year in basketball, so I get to interview him twice. Charlie's a really good guy. Been with the high school league for a good while now. But, yeah, Charlie Winsky is a outstanding member of that South Carolina High School League staff, or that deputy commissioner. His son, an outstanding football and baseball star at AC Flora. One man in the backfield behind Winsky. He's going to roll left. Oh, it's a little pirouette out to Kendall Bird. Kendall Bird across the 40. He kept going. He's trying to fight. He got the first down, and he wanted the whole thing. He wanted more, Joe, but he got the first down. That'll be an MUSC first down for the AC Flora Falcons.
And credit Jamari Carmichael and then Jeremiah McGowan out there leading the way on this pass play. Kind of pirouettes back to this near side, and he gets some good blocking out there, and this is just enough to pick up a first down. This is a killer for Chapin, but the AC Flora Falcons, they keep the chains moving here late in the first.
Yeah, Kendall Bird, he wanted more. He was a little frustrated. He thought if he could have stayed in bounds, there was really nobody behind that second defender right there. Ball's at the 48-yard line. AC Flora up 3 tubs, looking for more. Winsky. Batet, gain of about 3. fell forward. And it's almost like they're just running a couple times to set up the next big pass, Joe. They've had their way up top.
And making the stop there was one of our players to watch for Chapin,
Flag
Caleb
down.
Davis.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a
Sideline.
Yeah. That's where's the get-back coach? You need to there's supposed to be a coach assigned. The get-back coach, you got to get on this job for the Falcons. And that's what Coach Flora is yelling over there. Like who let that happen? He wasn't happy with that.
You get a warning, and then the next time they're liable to throw the hanky. So that's their warning.
I think they go up top here, Joe. They're trying to go for the throat right here. 2:27 left in the first quarter. And they're going to fake it. There it is. Went up top. The slant. Caught. There it is. Breaking the 20. Knocked down inside the 15. A shoestring tackle, literally. And he had Charlie Scott, who would have gone for his second a la Casa of the night. Take a look at it, Joe.
Charlie Todd is the one who stops a touchdown here. Just RPO action, and Winsky with the late pull out from the running back and just hits the slant over the middle of Scott. And boy, I tell you what, just by a shoestring.
If his shoe was one size smaller, he's in the end zone. That Charlie Scott is having himself a night as well.
He really is.
He's coming
he
out
already scored one touchdown earlier, and he got that big pass play right there. And you called it, Stacy. They went over the top.
Yeah, they set him up for it. It's like they're using the run just to lull him to sleep a little bit to keep him honest, but they're getting anything they want in the passing game, Joe. No question about it. Winsky's having a field day. I don't think he's thrown an incompletion yet. Unofficially, that's 6 for 6, I believe. He's going to look right this time. Bird, a double move. That's going to be a flag. They didn't call it. I thought he had a left hand on the hip that time. That's his first incompletion, but Bird get a double move, went inside. That's a little bit of that Hunter Renfro route. Faked inside and spun. Take a look at this route.
Yeah, I think Peyton Griffin had good coverage right here. We'll see it again.
That left arm was.
It's you could have seen that right there. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that the official doesn't. Yeah, they just kept it in their pocket right there. Peyton Griffin.
He gave him some love on it. He was right there though, but that left. They can't help it. Defensive backs throwing that hand up there. He's the best defensive back on the squad according to his coach. The best covered defensive back, and now it's going to bring up second and long. Oh, rolling left that time. Winsky will throw it in the corner. You might have overthrown Benag. Good defense that time. Good penetration for Chapin. I believe it might be 55 that got in there to flush the pocket. It was intended that time for
this play.
Davis.
They tried to run the RPO, but they had a big-time blitz on it. Something we talked about, picking up the Chapin blitz, unable to do it right there. And Winsky just tries to make a play right there. Almost does it, but just didn't have enough time to get himself set and hit that completion.
Kingston Bowers, 55, the one who came in and disrupted that play up the middle. Middle pressure. No quarterback likes middle pressure. Takes the eyes off the target and gets those feet a little.
Gets them off their spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And good defensive call that time. Now a big third down if you're Chapin. They want to get off the field without giving up a touchdown right here. Winsky looking over the middle, and then the outside move. Kendall Bird, he just overthrew him a little bit. Bird felt like he was held again that time, but just overthrown by Winsky. That was that double move again. It was the same thing to the other side, though. Faked inside, Joe, and spun out to the flag.
And then throw that corner route back there and just not able to hit it. And I think Winsky's a little frustrated. I think he thinks his guys are getting held out there.
He does. He was gesturing, and Bird was today both after the last two incompletions. But that got spoiled, though, Joe. They were 6 for 6 or 7 for 7, whichever one it was, and just had no problems. And then a little stall that time. Good job by Chapin on the defensive side. And Grant Hill.
27 yards unofficially.
There it is. 9 on the play clock. Plenty of time. Somebody moved inside that line. Then no flag came out. And then he moved offensive. That's going to go back 5 more yards. It'll be a 32-yarder.
Big number 77, Ashton Thompson, kind of flinches. Right, Juice. I know. We saw his shirt before the game. Juice.
Right of the snap.
Listen,
false start on the offense. 5 yards. Still fourth down.
I'm hearing he has inches from Kentucky, an SEC school. He's only a junior, 6'6".
So you look at him. You look at him on the hoof.
He looks the part.
He looks the part.
Absolutely.
I mean, my goodness.
6'6", about 275, an 11th grader, and another year to grow. And I think the way it works in that recruiting game, once one SEC team gets on, the rest of them pretty much fall in line.
They all follow suit.
Absolutely.
They don't want to get left behind.
No, they don't. And he's right here in the backyard of an SEC team. I'll say that and move on to another time. 1:18 left in the first quarter. 21-0 is your score, and it's going to be a timeout called. Coach Floyd not happy on that sideline for Coach up 21 points.
AC Flora, their first time out of the half.
1:18, they'll freeze the play right there. We're staring here, Joe, and I mean, it's got to be, right now, if you're Chapin, if you get a block or a missed field goal, anything to turn away AC Flora, you got to feel like Uncle Mo is kind of maybe looking your way a little bit.
Well, this is a big stop here to keep him out of the end zone. I mean, your goal was to force a field goal attempt after the big play to Charlie Scott, and that's what they've done. So now, if you're Chapin, you're hoping that they can get some penetration, maybe block this, or at least force a miss here.
So that big tackle, I think you had the number who made that shoestring tackle. That was a touchdown saving on that play, and overall, that's the difference between giving up maybe 3 or 7, or maybe nothing. So you got to.
It was Charlie Todd, number 35, who he was the last line of defense, the last gasp.
And now they're not kicking it. They're going for it now.
Yeah. Ken Floyd says, okay, well, we're just not going to kick it. We're going to go for it.
So it's going to be a pass in the end zone here, folks. Wensky, and that's going to be a penalty at the snap. That's not going to be good for AC Flora.
The snap,
timeout.
Timeout.
Okay.
Chapin, their first time out of the half.
This is going to be a chess match right here. Chapin did not like the alignment.
Might not have personnel out there either that they needed.
Absolutely. So good job by them getting that timeout call right before the snap. How about the confidence in his offense for Coach Floyd with 4th and 12, basically, goal to go from the 12-yard line? They're going to air it out. Pass has to go to the end zone, Joe. You agree?
I would think so. I mean, they can pick up a first down at the 2, but I mean, if you're going to do that, yeah, because the original line of scrimmage is a 12.
But the flag is down, though. That's what kind of threw me out. The flag by the goal line is laying on the ground, and usually when they do that, that's what made me think it was goal to go. That's interesting. That you would think it would be the 2, but that flag person has laid the flag down. It should be up.
I see what you're talking about. But I mean, the
you're
sticks
right.
at the 12. But
yeah, that's what made me think it was goal to go, because the flag, usually they lay it down when it's goal to go. They need to get that person, because the players need to know that's the first down at the 2, though. They don't know that by that flag laying on the ground right there.
But I think they do go to the end zone to answer your question.
Yeah, they got him now. Somebody told them, look, now he's picking it.
He just needed to catch his breath.
So yeah, they don't have to go to the end zone. To get inside the 5 is good, but I think, yeah, you're right. They're going for it all right here. Plenty of time. Clean pocket, wide open, throw and catch. Touchdown, AC Flora. Strike up. The Falcon fights on. Charlie Scott once again. Wensky to Scott for 6.
I can't tell you how good a throw that was by Wensky, because there wasn't bad coverage on the back line to Charlie Scott. You'll see it right here. Wensky has to thread the needle right here. Has to kind of put it back shoulder like that, because you got a defender in front of him. Boy, Wensky put it right on him, kind of behind him a little bit. That throw had to be right there for that to be a touchdown.
That's a college throw.
Yeah.
That's what East Tennessee State and folks are looking at him. SCDC touchdown. Snap is good. Hold is good. Hands to the sky. And once more and again, AC Flora touches a la casa up 28-0 over Chapin. What a start for the Falcons. So, Joe, we may see this again. Talk about it.
Get the end zone view of this thing. Watch where this throw is, Stacy.
Beautiful.
Right over the middle of the field. You've got a defender coming right there. The throw kind of right behind him just a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't really lead him there. Otherwise, the Chapin defender might get there. That was Harper Ellerby on the coverage, but the throw was in a perfect spot. I can't tell you how good that was by Wensky.
That was a strike. And, again, we mentioned big-time throws. But I keep saying he's a baseball player, but he has a great arm, and the accuracy has been there. Again, he's a 3-year starter. Put up big numbers last year as well. And this year is off to a great start. They're looking right at a 2-0 start, and this game is getting away from Chapin, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of sound like a broken record. We've kind of been on rinse and repeat here lately. I mean, Chapin has, they've got to try to do something to, slow this game down and kind of get it back under control a little bit. They've had problems from the center quarterback snap, the center punt, all that kind of stuff. A couple of massive turnovers in this game, giving up some big plays on defense. And AC Flora you can't run that any better.
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me right now? They're going for it all right now. They're just trying to end it early. Onside kick right there, recovered by the Falcons, and it's all look at this. Look at the man with the ball. Grant Hill with the steal.
Well, you see that from upstairs, right? I mean, you see the kickoff return from the other team drop back immediately and then start retreating. You call that from upstairs. You say, hey, look, I think we can bunt this down the field. I think our kicker can go get it. And that's exactly what happened there. It wasn't complicated. Just bunt it down the field. The other team is retreating. They have nobody there to recover.
Listen, Joe, this is not a tea party, nor is it tiddlywinks. You go for the jugular when you can. You see a team reeling, you keep them down. And if you're not paying attention, you're down 4 scores. This is what a team is going to do to you. This first half action, an onside kick is still in play. Great execution by AC Flora, and they're looking for more. Ball at the 47-yard line. There's going to be a penalty on AC Flora. Winsky's going to break the pocket across the 40. Another flag, 2 flags. Winsky's going to get out of bounds inside the 20, but there was a flag at the snap and another flag during the play, so it was 2.
And now you got 3 of them out there.
Everybody's throwing flags. Joe Cashin reaching for a hanky. Everybody in the stadium throwing stuff. Everybody's throwing stuff on the field right now. 6 flags over Memorial Stadium.
Can't wait to hear the explanation from this.
Folks, we are hard off of Rosewood Drive, downtown Memorial Stadium. One of those stadiums built during wartime back in the day.
We have 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. We have illegal motion on the offense. That penalty will be declined. We have holding on the offense. That penalty will be 10 yards, enforced from the previous spot, first down.
Back during World War II, troops would come home and march down in this stadium. It was renovated about 5 years ago. Take a look right here, Joe. This at the snap. Look, that's a blatant hole right there. That's just
that's a lot of
that's assault right there. Assault and battery on the offensive lineman right there. But so a lot of malfeasances that time for Coach Floyd's team. He's got a lot to be yelling about in the locker room, even though they're looking to go up. And Joe, we're in the first quarter.
We still have 61 seconds to play in this quarter.
It's been a long first quarter because of all the passes of one thing. Someone told me when I told them this game was on the schedule, they was like, prepared to be there all night because AC Flora throws it a lot, and they've done that. 101 left in the first quarter, and they're going up top again. One-on-one coverage, Kendall Bird. They just can't connect, but Bird has a step again, and eventually they're going to connect. Kendall Bird can fly.
Chapin brought some pressure that time, too. They brought the blitz, and it looked like it was our man to watch. Caleb Davis coming on the blitz that time to try to make Winsky throw that ball a little bit sooner than what he wanted to.
Yeah, Kendall Bird offers from Liberty, East Tennessee State University, and Charlotte, and what I'm told, more sniffing around. Some bigger schools are keeping an eye on games like this one tonight. He's trying to go ahead and get one in the painted area. If you're Chapin right now, you got to find something deep inside. Right? You got to find something to
force a turnover. Do something.
You got to find something that let them know. You got to pinch them. You got to at least pinch them. Timeout. AC Flora. Flora talking to his troops right there. They really had their way, man. And I mean, we keep saying it, but Chapin came a long way over here. They're reeling from a loss at home last week. Now it's going to be a pride check in the locker room. They got another quarter in this first half. They got to find a way, Joe, to steady their legs under them.
They got to get on the scoreboard. I mean, they were shut out at home last week, and as you alluded to, they lost Catawba Ridge 30-0. Several turnovers in that game doomed them, and they've had a couple of big turnovers here tonight. The bad snap on the punt, which flipped the field. They've given up some explosive plays on defense to AC Flora, and they got them behind the chains here after that holding call. Really need to get a 3 downs and out if they can.
Surely. And right here, Winsky's going to throw a little set-up screen to Batet. Now, if he gets room, he can fly. Dancing, got yanked down by the neck, fought through that. He's going to get tackled right inside, right short of the midfield mark there. Modest game, but that play had potential. Good job by Chapin closing in.
Yeah, they got to do a better job tackling, too. They had a couple of shots to get Batet down before he got to midfield.
We have time for one more play. 3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so they'll snap it one more time in this first quarter. They're not in a super hurry right now, but 18 seconds to snap it. In the backfield at tailback is Simmons. He scored a touchdown earlier. He's going to be to the right of Winsky. They'll snap it with 6 seconds. Winsky rolls out. Good job up front. What a crash in the party move that time. That is Peyton Griffin, I believe, with the safety blitz.
That's exactly who it was. Good way for Chapin to end the quarter.
Yes. Well done. One quarter. Chapin trying to get off the mat, down 28-0 to the homestanding AC Flora Falcons. It's been a Winsky pitch and catch show. We'll be right back with the second quarter.
Let's go, baby. It's exciting to be here.
The crowd, the atmosphere, this is what makes it special.
The student body are out of their mind. You want a piece of us? This is what we do.
Here we go. Touchdown.
Yeah! Wow.
Sensational.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, your support of local schools and communities is so important. How do you hope that support and investment to these student athletes supports that?
Well, we think education is important, and we know that participating in sports helps the educational process. It helps folks become more accountable, better communicators, and more disciplined. And our hope is that we have that effect on the student athletes, but also that it has a ripple effect in others in the community, and that's something worth investing in.
Yeah, that investment is so very important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Welcome back inside the party known far and wide as the FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley bringing you the action here from Memorial Stadium. AC Flora, the Falcons, up 28-0 after one quarter. That's correct, one quarter. We're at the start of quarter number 2 here from Memorial Stadium. Chapin in white, dark helmets, and, of course, your home-standing AC Flora Falcons in their familiar powder blue uniforms there. They're going to punt. AC Flora's been forced to punt. This may be your first punt of the ball game, I believe, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Winsky is the punter as well, off to the right side. Decent punt. It's going to be fair caught. When you look at this, it's going to be a penalty marker now, but that was from a recovery by AC Flora. I think I might have saw a flag down, though.
That's a muff punt by Chapin. That was a heck of a punt by Winsky. You watch that ball just turn over like a pass. And then this is recovery by Flora. Chapin muffed it. We'll see it again. But
yeah. I don't look at he might have lost it in the lights. The guy caught a fair catch and then just put his left hand up.
Is that R muffed the kick? Ball recovered by K. 1st and 10 for AC Flora.
Yep,
What's the one thing you don't need at this point if you're Chapin, and that's a muffed punt. Take a look at this, Joe.
Watch it again.
It's like he lost it.
I mean, he just didn't really. He puts one hand up there, and the goalpost almost, but it looked like his fingertips definitely touched
his left hand. It was his left hand.
Yeah,
touched it.
And then Flora in there to recover the ball inside the 20 at the 19. My goodness.
Harper Ellaby, a freshman, had a good play on defense earlier. Inside handoff, breaking it out wide to the right. It's going to be a touchdown, AC Flora. I believe they're going to give it to him. Did he go out of bounds? I'm trying to see when he marked it.
He's in, but there's a flag.
Yeah, there's a flag there. The referees didn't really gesture right there. It was Simmons on the run, but on that right side over there may be a hold.
It was close to the goal line, so we'll have to see what this is about. But
maybe 10 yards back from there, but let's see.
That's a good run by Simmons, though, Stacy. I mean, he just broke tackles and bounced it.
And we got to admit, it's a poor tackling by Chapin. You kind of alluded to it. They got to tighten
it up. Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, still 1st down.
10 yards, so we'll see where they mark it. But, Joe, they kind of getting anything they want right now. It's a literal open buffet for AC Flora right now.
And they've gotten anything they've wanted tonight, and they've been helped a lot by Chapin, too, even though this penalty is going to back it up. It's going to be like 1st and 3 where the penalty was, spot foul.
Folks, stay with us, though. Even if it's a lopsided score, Joe has many puns for you coming up the rest of the ball game. The wit and witticism of G.I. Joe Cashin, action Joe Cashin, who beat me at golf a couple weeks ago. We ain't talking about that. He spanked me in golf. He's a much better golfer than I am. Okay, Winsky rolling right, and good defense right. But poor tackling, Joe. He went out of bounds, but they still never wrapped up the ball carrier. But Ted just stepped out of you got to do better. It was well covered, but you got to get the man on the ground at some point.
Yeah, it's not been a good night for Chapin so far, to say the least. And it'll be like 2nd and short here.
If you're AC Flora's offensive coordinator, you've got to feel like everything works right now. Everything you try is coming up your way, and we'll get you that coaching staff for you in a moment. But they have a great quarter and some change right now. You can't ask for much better. Anything they try is working. Offensive coordinator is Cal Horton, his 5th year at the school. Roper Winsky, the two-sport standout. Oh, good job that time. Number 4 for Chapin is Palmer Flake, the former AC Flora Falcon.
That's who Claire had the pregame hit with. Talking about Palmer Flake. He was able to get in there and make a good TFL right there. Now it's 3rd down and medium. You can watch this play by Flake. He just gets in there, beats a blocker.
Yeah.
He's able to get in there and get the tackle for loss. Good play.
The Wofford commit.
Yep.
So that's something to build up. But they've had a hard time stringing back-to-back good plays. You have something like that, then there's a blown coverage to make the play. You got to string it together to turn this momentum away, because it's been all Falcons for the most part. Flake's a pretty good-sized kid. Wofford's going to get a good ball player. Terriers. Timeout called, it looks like.
AC Flora, their final timeout of the half.
So AC Flora out of timeouts. Good job of Coach Floyd, still coaching them up, though. You know what I mean?
You got to. Right. I mean, his post-game reaction last week, even though they beat Westwood, was not. He was not a pleased head coach, to say the least. They had a 30-6 lead and they gave up a couple of late cheap ones, but he really wanted to see some improvement from week 1 to week 2, and I don't know how he can be, really displeased with what he's seen here so far tonight.
Yeah, he talked to me on the phone this week about being, tighten up on those penalties. So I want to tell you folks about the South Carolina Sideline podcast. It's your home for everything South Carolina Gamecocks. Hosted by Watch Fox Sports director Matt Dowell, this podcast will keep you up to date on all things Gamecock sports. South Carolina Sideline will feature in-depth analysis on all Gamecock sports, special interviews you can't get anywhere else, and hilarious behind-the-scenes stories you've never heard before. Scan the QR code to subscribe. It's the South Carolina Sideline podcast. My man Matt Dowell doing a good job on that podcast. So back to live action right here, and 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. A lot of half left to go here in the first half. Oh, a reverse.
Philly special.
Scott over to Winsky. Winsky's trying to get in. Winsky's going to be down about the 3-yard line. That is the Philly special. A double reverse. Back to the quarterback, and Charlie Scott was the pitcher, and the catcher was Winsky. Talk about it.
You'd wonder when they would run a gadget right there. There's the old Philly special quarterback. They run a reverse, then he runs out in the pattern, and then he gets the pass. Almost got the ball to the pylon, but not quite.
So it's going to bring up, it's going to be 1st and goal. Let's see if they run. Last time they were down here, Jalen Simmons, when they were inside the 10 like that, Simmons just kind of eased in on the delayed right there. This time is outside. That's going to be Batet. Flag down, though. Batet uses those jets. He's a fast kid, but it's coming back. I thought it was time for Batet maybe to run one. Again, that's going to be a hold.
And it's 10 yards since by the foul. 1st down.
Okay, they go in reverse. They're doing a little Michael Jackson moonwalk right here.
That's the 6th penalty here in the first half against Flora. 3 holding calls, and so.
Yeah, and Coach Floyd is not pleased with that now.
No, he will not be very happy. That's the 2nd touchdown that's come off the board here in this series.
Yeah, that's totally something to really harp on in the locker room, because in this game is in control. But think about the schedule. They had a tough schedule, man. They had the region with South Point of all people, among other really good teams. But you can't, you got to tighten these kind of things up, because some games are going to be really close. There's Coach Cole on your screen, the New Hampshire native. Got quite a coaching career he's had under him, including being a coordinator there at Chapin. So Tet's going to give this time to the left side. This time room to run, and they still get inside the 5-yard line. This might be Batet again. It is Batet, the Dartmouth commit. Blake Batet, the senior, plays safety, wide receiver, and running back.
He's an athlete. He's got some wheels, and he's tough.
Yeah, he did all those things. Burst on the scene a couple years ago as a 10th grader at Richard Northeast High School and put up big numbers the last 2 years. They're playing with Will Wilson, who's at North Carolina State now, out of Northeast. Had a really historic type season for Northeast last season. One man in the backfield again. He's going to move to the left now, Winsky. And he's going to get the carry and just wide open. Nothing but green grass and opportunity. Untouched, unbothered, unfettered, if you will. Strike up the AC Flora fight song, ladies and gentlemen. 6 more by number 6 right here in your screen.
Inside zone, just running inside, and he's not even touched. He gets into the end zone from 3 yards out, and doesn't get much easier than that.
Mark
Head
Brown,
is into the end zone.
Mark Brown, play of the game nominee right there, and that is a SCDC touchdown. SCDC, Department of Corrections, hiring statewide. Discover a rewarding career at joinscdc.com. It's all Falcons all the time right here. We'll be back with more on the F&R Game of the Week.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Welcome back inside, folks. Glad to have you with us here. The score big for AC Flora, 35-zip over the visiting Chapin Eagles. And, of course, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. That's NHTSA. That's Patet right there. Joe, you got to go to the sideline and talk about it with the guys after that. He's having a good time. It's a party for AC Flora tonight, thus far.
We've not even played. Oh, Lord have mercy. 16 minutes. I mean, yeah, it's been an AC Flora show here. Chapin's helped them with some turnovers, special teams, miscues, a bad snap on a punt, a muff punt, both of which led to very short fields.
Will Liggery Opportunity School kickoff right there is going to be a pooch kick, and it hits the ground. You don't want those to hit the ground. Field it and knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It might be a flag down. That'll come back. They'll do that over again. Will Liggery Opportunity School brings you our kickoff all season long. For over 100 years, we've been helping students build a better future.
The receiver gave a fair catch signal. As soon as possession was gained by the receiver, the ball is dead. 1st and 10 for Chapin.
I didn't see the fair catch sign right there. Coach Floyd is upset. He's yelling out
He's
something.
an intense guy.
He really is.
He's really intense.
Yeah, he was again a standout at Fairfield Central during their dynastic run in the 90s. Played under Tony Felder, Buddy Pugh, and Charlie Macaloso.
That's a trio of outstanding head coaches.
It really is, man. Inside give that time. Not a lot of room inside for Chapin. Like 8 might have been the first man there for the Falcons. That's Jordan Davis. We talked about him. He's going to be a kid that's getting looked at for the next level as well. Jordan Davis. So we got another. It's a player down for Chapin, one of the offensive linemen.
Okay, maybe Chase Mabin out there, the senior.
Yes, it is. 7-6.
Hope that's not serious.
Yeah, absolutely. Chase Mabin, he's in some discomfort for sure, but at this time you wish for cramps. Almost hope it's only a cramp, something they usually come back for. Let's see how quick they get him up. It's the left leg they're working on. 8:31 left in the first half. Chapin always look at us that size. They've always had big linemen that they've turned out a lot.
They've got some good-looking
yeah.
youngsters out there. There's no doubt about that.
And Muskus is the man who's the recruit there at Appalachia State. He's their best offensive lineman now. And that young man is also an outstanding lacrosse player, which you don't usually see as someone 6'4", 275, or 295 in lacrosse, but he's an outstanding lacrosse player as well, the left tackle. And they're getting the young man up, it looks like, and put a little bit of weight on that left leg, not a lot. They don't put heights and weights on these rosters like they used to back in the day, but he's a good size youngster.
They don't put that kind of stuff on there, do they?
No, not like back in the day.
It would be helpful for announcers maybe to know some of that stuff.
Right.
I guess we'll just have to muddle through without it.
Absolutely. He's put a little pressure on that left leg. You may see him back.
That's good. That doesn't look too serious. Let's hope that it's not.
The thing about being 17, 18 years of age, you can bounce back from those things. Joe, you and I be in traction for 6 months.
Lord have mercy, Stacy. Talking about 16, 17. We're in the 56, 58 age
range.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
we're old dudes,
4 decades past that. Right there. I tell my kids sometimes, like, I can't believe I used to run around and play sports. I don't know. That was another person. You see the score, 35-0. That is not a typo. AC Flora has had it all their way other than some self-inflicted penalties. Shotgun formation. Chapin going to give it to the left side right there. Just nothing happening that time for Cromer. Just good penetration up front. That's 32 for the Falcons. Jack Long. Luke Cromer, North Conant have had much room.
You see right here, they just try to run it to the left, and Long, he just comes through unblocked, just comes through that gap unblocked. He's able to get in there and make a fairly easy stop for no gain.
Defensive coach would like to call it a run fit.
That's it.
That one fit up just right there, and it's been that way all night. There's not a lot of room for Chapin inside.
Control the gaps.
There you go.
You're a defensive team, and that's what they did there.
Gap control is the key. They're going to put this one in the air this time. Looking left and hit immediately on the catch. It's going to be a modest gain, but big collision on that far sideline right there. That was a young man we featured on the catch right there. Jessup Bulwer, the tight end. His first catch of the night, Joe.
Yep, we featured him in the opening, as you mentioned. Had a big season last year, and they need to get him into the end zone, get him into the act here tonight to get on the board. But so far,
they're going to, he was not out of bounds, but the clock kept running that time. The clock never stopped, even though he was out of bounds. They're going to punt this away to Chapin, and bad news for Chapin. The returners are at the 35-yard line, and there's a good kick. Driving them back, that is a really good kick. It's going to take a great bounce, but it took too good a bounce. That was an outstanding kick. It turned over, but too good a bounce, and it'll go into the end zone. That's a nice long kick. 60 yards?
That's 67 unofficially.
We're going to step away. We'll be right back after this.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration into silence. This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Game of the Week, 35-0 AC Flora over Chapin. And we want to go ahead and give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. And we will introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime, folks. That's about 6:56 on the game clock, but in real time with all these passes and penalties, about 15 minutes. Just hold tight, be coming. And that's the outstanding crowd out here. Some students turned out for both teams. Chapin's a nice little drive over here, but people made it across the way. AC Flora's fans always roll deep. Ball's at the 20-yard line after the outstanding punt and touchback. And Charlie Winsky, I'm saying Charlie was the daddy. Roper Winsky, I probably called him at one time. Roper Winsky. Shout out to Charlie Winsky. I mentioned the South Carolina High School League Deputy Commissioner. Roper Winsky, shotgun formation. He's been smoking hot throwing the football all night long. He's going to look over the middle, and now left. It's one-on-one, Batet, and that little contact there at the end. They're going to let it go that time. I thought it was a little something over there. That's the second time we've had number 22, Peyton Griffin, with some physical cornerback play, and they're trying to get Batet deep right here on that left sideline. Take a look right here.
Just a fly down this near boundary, and there's a lot of contact there, Stacy. I kind of thought the last time around the ref did a nice job by not throwing a flag. I think there was one warranted on that play.
Yeah, some DBs have a knack for getting away with a little something extra on every level. Just it's a knack, and some of them get away with being a little more physical. And Griffin has done that. And I got a feeling if that keeps up, he'll draw a flag eventually. But the one thing Roper Winsky hasn't been able to do is get Bird or Batet deep on the play. Those touchdowns, remember, those were flanker screens or little shorter passes. Another timeout. There's a penalty.
Offense,
Yes.
5 yards, second down.
Another mental error. Winsky come over to talk to Coach Flora now. They're not a clean game played by AC Flora.
Even though they have a 5-touchdown lead,
Yes.
it's kind of like, okay, got to clean some of this stuff up.
Yeah, both coaches have a lot to yell about at halftime. Going to be a give this time. Not much room in the middle. Give Chapin D-line some credit that time. They got a lot of helmets to the football. Gang tackle. Trying to get the number at the bottom of that pile that time. I can't see the numbers. A bunch of people down there. Might be, yep, Flake. It was Palmer Flake at the bottom of that pile down there. He was down there. 88 was involved. Luke Prochak. And that'll be with the penalty, it's going to be still second, and you think they're going to put it up top here, maybe, Joe, 2nd and 14. Heading to the 6-minute mark of the first half. Winsky, little RPO, breaks the pocket, floats one up. Griffin, did he get a foot? He dropped it anyway. That's Peyton Griffin and his right knee. He's grabbing his right knee when he fell that time. He's up, though. Joe, I think they might got away with a little hold in the offensive line that time, too, as Winsky broke that pocket and went out left. Kind of gave it a little grab in there.
You see it right here, yeah. Good coverage here.
Yeah, I think he banged his knee down.
Almost a pick, but I think his foot was just on the line. Yeah, he did come down kind of weird.
He hyperextended that right leg when he went down, but he knocked off. So Griffin did. It's going to be 4th down and punt team. Now, good chance for field position here if you're Chapin. Chapin would love to get one in the end zone here.
Got to field the punt first. I mean, the last time they had some real problems muffing it, which led to a Falcon score.
I bet you have a different person back there now. Winsky's the punter, high but short. This is going to be a good field position for a good bounce for AC Flora, but it's still going to be out on the plus side of midfield for Chapin. And they need to get on track, man. Their quarterback, they need to get him some time and let them get one in the air probably. That's Jake Stoker. Jay Stoker, apparently I've heard he has a really good arm.
He just hadn't had much time to throw it tonight, you know. And
right.
Chapin just has not been able to get untracked in any way, but they have a great opportunity here. Plus 50 field position, plus 49 is where they are to start.
Let's see if they air one out this time. And let's see if Bishop and those guys up front for AC Flora are expecting the pass and see if we get a push-up field. Could be a battle of the lines on this play. And in motion. Bad snap. And just going down that time. They just can't get untracked. Recovered by 2. Kynard. And you see the frustration in the body language of Chapin, and warranted frustration.
There's Stacy when you can't even get the snap right, when you have real issues with that, and we've seen Chapin with real issues with that tonight. If you can't execute that, it's hard to get into anything. Hard to get moving.
And again, I think that was going to be one we want to see a pass. They're not giving themselves a chance to even air one up. Throw one up for grabs even to make a big play to get AC Flora back on their heels. Let's see what happens this time. It's going to be a short pass out wide and just led the receiver a little too much. That was Braden Francis, but it was low and in front of him a little bit. Just out of sync.
Yeah, you do want to lead the receiver, but not like that. I mean, that ball was kind of down. a tough catch to make, a little too far out in front of him. Would have been a short gain, but as it is, it's 3rd and long once again.
You want to see if you that coach right there, Cole, you want to see them get somehow put together a couple of first downs right here to build something going into halftime. If not a touchdown. There's number 8 right there, outstanding defender, Jordan Davis. Gonna look over the middle. It's an inside give, a delayed draw by Condit. Condit has a little room. Condit physical bounces at the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be manageable here now. About 3 yards short of the first down.
I like that play by Chapin. You call it a delayed draw. Get the rush, get the pass rush going up the field, and then create a little crease there. They didn't have anybody in the middle of AC Flora. That's a nice gain, and I would imagine they're going to go for this here. Chapin with a nice pickup there.
Yeah, Condit had a big year at Northside Christian, I mentioned last season. Transferred over to Chapin. It's going to give them a chance right here, 4th down. Let's see how much they trust the arm of the quarterback here. Do they try to run it one more time? It's 4th down. Looked over the middle, but he's going to throw it to Condit. Condit just put his shoulder down and didn't get it. That's a good job by Batet. Batet met him at the 40 and did not give an inch. That's a physical play that time by the AC Florida defense.
And they come up with a 4th down stop. I think you've got to go past the chains. Yeah, there's no doubt about this. The Falcons get them off the field. I think you got to go past the chains if you put the ball in the air. Make sure if you do complete a pass, there's no doubt about it. Watch this right here. You're talking about the physical play by Batet. He reads it, comes up, makes the sure stop, doesn't let the receiver get away, makes a sure stop right there, forces him out of bounds, and gets the 4th down stop.
Again, got help from his buddies right there. Look, 50 came over, Brandon Williams came over, another teammate. But Ted has played a lot of snaps in this ball game now in the first half.
Yes, he has. Had a big first half.
3:55. This is dangerous time for Chapin. AC Flora may go for the backbreaker right here. We hadn't got Kendall Bird deep yet, and Batet hasn't caught one deep yet. You'll see Batet's got a rest now, but there we go, going up top. And that's again, physical play at the quarterback position for Griffin.
They've attacked him all night, Stacy. I mean, they've gone after, and Griffin's been up to the task, right? I mean, he's been good.
Josh Davis, the intended receiver, right here. But he's physical out there, though.
Florida's first play from scrimmage, it seems like every possession is a deep ball, right? They're trying to hit the big one on the first play.
Yeah.
Almost got that one, but again, credit Griffin there on that coverage.
Ball's at the 41-yard line. So that was Josh Davis target at that time. They tried him deep. They tried Batet deep. They tried Bird a couple times. This time they're going to roll it right. Look back, flanker screen. This time the same guy, Davis. Good. A lot of white jerseys there. They finally got around the football. Good job. Let's go down to Claire Foley on the sideline. What's going on, Claire?
Well, guys, it's not every day that when you ask a coach about a player that their immediate comparison is to the greatest of all time. But that's the comp head coach Ken Floyd had for his quarterback, Roper Wensky, when I asked about him earning that starting role back when he was a sophomore. Floyd said, well, it's kind of like a Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady situation. At the time, their senior quarterback went down with an ankle injury and had to come out. He recalls the Falcons were down by 2 or 3 scores at the time, but Roper brought them back to finish within 1 point, saying that's when it was evident that he was something special. Floyd says Roper had a great next game, and the rest was history.
And just like that, having a great night tonight, too. With his legs that time, he ran the ball to within about a yard of the first down. He made that play with his legs. Could have been nothing and got a lot of something out of it, Joe.
He pulled kind of a Houdini act in the backfield. Well, you didn't get to see that part of it, but he pulls the ball down and runs. He takes a big shot over there, but he got up and ran off the field. He doesn't seem the worse for wear. And, well, we'll see what the Falcons do here. It's 4th down and about 2.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting right here. I think at this point in time, they kind of everything's been coming up Falcons, and they're going heavy jumbo this time. I believe they're going to go in with Batet. Might be a wildcat with Batet right here.
Yeah, they've got Wensky off the field here. They might want to check him out. They might be checking him out. I see him down here on the boundary. He's okay.
They're doing heavy jumbo to the right here. Batet behind a big, nobody on the right side, and he just used the jets. It's going to be a first down Falcons. They brought in big number 30 defensive lineman Isaiah Watson in there in front of them. And another tight end. They just went heavy jumbo to the right side. Take a look, Joe.
He called it right here. I mean, he gets good blocking up front. He's able to turn that corner. Big number 50 out there is able to hold off that defender long enough, and give credit there to Brennan Williams for that block that is able to free Batet to pick up a first down.
Yeah, I think Winski's probably okay, but that's a call. But that's a set play. I mean, that's a fourth down play right there. I tell you, they're going to use Batet at Wildcat, wide receiver, and running back. So 2:48 to play, a lot of time left, and that's a MUSC first down for AC Flora. MUSC proud to call the Midlands home. Decent little gap that time, and nice first down yardage for number 25, Jalen Simmons, who has a touchdown in this ball game. One of 5 touchdowns in the first half for AC Flora. Rolling clock now, headed toward 2:20. They're very deliberate. They're not. I think AC Flora wants this to be the last possession of the first half, and they want to score at the same. They want both of those to happen, so they're very deliberate.
If they've got plenty of time here, even though they don't have any timeouts, they're on the plus 50.
3 wides in the formation. Winski's on bubble screen. He's threw it too low, threw it too quick, and that might have been for the best because it was the defensive back closing in. That could have been a pick 6 right there.
Or a loss.
Or a loss.
It would have been a loss had Charlie Scott come up with a catch. But I mean, that's a good break.
Griffin's all over the field.
Griffin's done a good job tonight for Chapin. I mean, they've had a tough night collectively, but Griffin has done a nice job individually for them.
Yeah, you're right. The best case for them would have been a loss if he caught it. The worst case, if it was a higher throw, would have been walked back the other way. They had it diagnosed. Good job by the defensive staff and players for Chapin. Right at 2:01 left in the half. A long first half, Joe.
You don't say.
Yeah, a lot of passes. Winski looking over the middle, breaks the pocket, and still stand up. And good job that time. That's 15 among others for Chapin. Ethan Lorick, senior defensive end, in there. Winski's a tough kid, man.
He's taking some shots on this series, particularly.
They're gonna punt this one away.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go ahead and put this back in the hands of the defense. Winski he's just trying to make something happen here, but give credit to that Chapin pass rush. They're able to get to him, and finally.
33 was the main guy there too. Give him some love.
Yeah, give Charles Ruff.
No relation. I'm Huff. That's Charles Ruff.
Ethan Lorick was there.
Good job by Chapin's defense. Let's not miss that. Let's give them some love because they needed to stop.
They're battling. They're fighting.
Shows a lot of pride in that state. That's going to be a legal procedure. The man up top of your screen right there took off a whole beat earlier. I don't think they told him the snap count. He didn't get an invitation to the party.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, 4th down.
Coach Taylor, jaws are tight. Ball's now back to the other side of the 50, and you wonder how conservative Chapin will be if they get the football. Will they try to go for a score here? Got to get away from that. If you're not going to field that punt, you got to get away from it. And he fielded it in the last second. That's a dangerous pickup, but he got room. There's room over there. There's room to the left side, across the 50. Got one man to beat. Comes back inside the 40. That's a young man who had a couple good returns earlier. Give him some love. Braden Francis again with a good return.
And I think he caught Flora's coverage team sort of flat-footed right there. I don't think they thought he was going to do anything. And then at the last second, you watch him right here. He's able to scoop this punt up. Watch this. Whoop. There he goes. And by this time, he's got a couple of blockers in front of him. Flora a little flat-footed. And the one man that stopped him, Roper Winski.
That's right. Good job by Winski, the quarterback. Braden Francis, a good three-point shooter on the basketball team. He was going for 6 right there.
He was.
Over the middle, they look at Stoker. Breaks the pocket. He's going to run it. And slid. Oh, he could have got a few more, Joe. So with the clock being your enemy right now, sliding down and then the clock's going to run. They got to use a timeout right here. The ball's at the 35 and a half.
Timeout.
Between the 35
Chapin,
and 36 yard line.
the second timeout of the half.
That's 16 in there. That's not Stoker, I believe. That's Cooper Derrick, it looks like, in there. So do we have a change that time? Because Stoker's been a quarterback all night, number 10. They're like 16 to run that. We'll check that when they come back out from this timeout, see if they've made a quarterback change.
Well, you know, when you've gone almost a game and a half and you haven't scored, and maybe it's time to Maybe it's time to try something different with the offense, right?
Yeah,
I mean, see if it responds with a different quarterback.
You got to try anything at this point, but I don't know if it can be laid at any one player's.
No, I mean,
but you got to try. You got to shake it up. You got to shake the tree a little bit.
The focal point of any offense is the quarterback, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you need a guy that can get the guys moving, put the ball in the end zone, and
16. It was a good run that time by 16. Just kind of, if you're Chapin, kind of hate he went down right there. Maybe get a few more yards because there's 40 seconds left, just under 41 seconds. Got to pass it. Looking over the middle. He's going to look right now deep across the middle. That's Bullware. Bullware with a catch inside the 10-yard line. What a throw. What a catch. 16 Derrick to 81 Bullware. First down Chapin. That's a MUSC Health first down. They in the red zone, by the way. Brought to you by Jim Hudson.
By far their biggest play of the night.
Clock starts. Once they spot the ball, the clock starts back. The clock
gets open. Watch as he gets open over the middle. Kind of reaches back behind him to catch it. Here they go.
Francis on the left side over there. They came out and snapped it quickly. They got to call another timeout with 15 seconds. That was called inside the 10 and the Jim Hudson Automotive Group red zone. And
timeout.
That's where the timeout is
Chapin,
called.
their final timeout of the half.
Jim Hudson. Experience it once and you'll never forget. Joe, they came out and snapped it fast break style during our replay. They didn't have enough courtesy. They could have waited for our replay. That's rude. That's rude.
They're trying to get on the board here at the tail end, and they'll get the ball first to start the second half too, because AC Flora got the first possession of this game and zoomed down the field, scored 3 touchdowns in like a minute and a half. And
well, Joe, one or two things are going to happen right here. Chapin's going to score this touchdown and go in, feeling much better, knowing they get the ball. The scenario you said, they come away with nothing right here.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's
devastating.
Oh man, the emotional letdown there. They've had their first couple of big plays of the ball game offensively. If you don't get it in right here, you're going to a state of dejection is going to go into the locker room with them.
So now you're on the 7-yard line. No timeouts left. You either have to go to the end zone or get out of bounds quickly. You can't take a sack and you can't get tackled in the field of play. And
4 wides in the formation, and it's movement on both sides of the ball. Who got it first? It's going to be an offense probably, but 4 wides, and they were about to snap that. And right before the snap, I think 30 right there on your screen jumped across, and then an offensive player moved as well. But
only the 3rd penalty against Chapin.
Yeah, they played a cleaner game. They just now have made the plays.
Right of the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, second down.
Joe, what a new quarterback in the game. This is his first drive.
And again, you're looking at clock management here. He can't take a sack, and you really can't throw the ball and get stopped short of the end zone.
Yeah, I don't believe they have a timeout left.
They don't.
So this is it right here. They got to go to the end zone. They do. Right over the middle. Caught. Intercepted right now. That's number 8, the young man Davis we just talked about a little bit earlier. Jordan Davis is going to stop it right there. Jumped up and spiked the ball, and the referees are going to flag that. You can't spike the ball in high school football. It's just a mental lapse. Something else for Coach Flora to be upset about. But watch the catch right here. Watch his eyes.
Right here. Watch Cooper Derrick. He's just kind of trying to go over the middle, and there's just nobody there.
Followed his eyes.
There's no offensive player there that was even open, and again Jordan Davis, the junior linebacker, is able to pick that off. And 6.5 seconds left in the half. All they have to do is down it.
He jumped up and spiked the ball with his left hand, and the referees both of them looked at each other like, yep.
That's a flag. Every single time, that's a flag.
You got to do it. No spiking the ball in high school football after a touchdown, after anything. That's like a basketball. You slam the ball in basketball, that's an automatic tech. Non-negotiable.
Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct. AC Flora, half the distance to the goal. First down.
And it's not going to matter because we think they're going to take a knee right here, Joe. Right?
Well, you think that, but what is their first down play been all night long? Throw it deep. Throw it deep. Throw a deep ball. See if you can hit something.
Well, that would be quite. That would be quite the gesture right here.
Looks like big.
Yeah, the knee. Yeah, under center for the first time. They're taking a knee, and that's going to end the first half, folks. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up for you at halftime, though. You want to stay with us. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley, and the whole Watch production crew. It's the Sonic FNR Game of the Week. Halftime score, AC Flora 35, Chapin 0. And, of course, always at halftime, we do have our Lexington Medical interview, Coach's Corner segment. As the only local independent hospital in the Midlands, we're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. That's from Lexington Medical Center. Claire Foley, down to you, ma'am.
Coach, 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, efficiency on both sides. What do you think was working well for you guys on that front?
I think our guys were just excited to play, and they're putting the best foot forward so far. And we were able to spread them out and exploit some of their weaknesses, and we jumped out to a big early lead.
Chapin started to get some momentum there at the end of the half, but you guys were able to come up with the interception for the stop. What's going to be the message to make sure you come out with that same speed in the second half?
We just got to refocus. You're up by a lot at halftime, and a lot of times young people want to, move on, and we got a game to finish. And so we got to refocus at half and get back to doing things right and calm down a little bit. The guys are emotional and very excited about the game, and we just got to get refocused.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach. And we'll be back with more halftime after this. 35-0 is your score.
Oh, yeah. That's where the ballers meet.
The #1 pick in 2008. A champion with every team she's played for. Candace Parker. Now she's got a new role.
Does this stay on?
She's a national champion, 5-time gold medalist, the #1 draft pick and rookie of the year, Aaliyah Boston. 2 generations, 1 podcast.
I don't know what's going to happen today. Our show is definitely going to be honest, I'll tell you that.
Post Moves, new episodes every Wednesday.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled phone. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Friday nights are made for moments like these. Every parent's dream is to see their child play under the lights. But one reckless choice can take it all away. Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
And we're back here at halftime. Your score 35-0. AC Flora in full command over Chapin at halftime here. At this time, we go down to the sideline with Claire Foley, who has Chapin's AD, Billy Williams, with her. Claire, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with Chapin's athletic director, Billy Williams. Billy, exciting things going on at your school in the development of these student athletes as leaders. A leadership program going on every week. These kids come into school at 7:30 in the morning once a week. Tell us about that program.
Yeah, we're in our second year of, it's called the Chapin Athletic Leadership Institute, and we've got last week we had 178 kids, and it's a partnership that was started by our head coach, Coach Cole, and with our Eagle Club, and really what they come in there, they do a book study, and then they sit with their team, and so all the teams are represented, and they're there for about 45 minutes, but really they're just talking about development as a team and leading. I think a lot of times we always say, like, be a leader, but they don't know how to be a leader. So we've been really trying to focus on that, and it's just been awesome to see the turnout, especially in the morning.
As an athletic director, what does it mean to you to see these young people investing in their futures?
Well, I think the hard thing with athletics is our kids now are comparing themselves all the time. You know, they're on social media all the time. They're having to compare. So this is an opportunity for them to work on what's inside and to grow as people. And I think if we can do that, then they'll make a difference. So I'm super excited for what we're doing.
And they were putting in the work this week as part of their Sonic Car Hop. They are our winner of this week's Car Hop. We have Tony here from the Forest Drive location. Tony, any words you want to share?
Oh, you guys did a great job, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Go Eagles!
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you, A.D. Williams over there for Chapin. And today's Scholar Athlete of the Week for South Carolina Army National Guard for the Chapin Eagles, it is Jessup Bulware. Jessup is a 2-year letterman in football for the Eagles. At school, he has a 4.85 GPA and is an AP scholar and member of the Academic Leadership Academy. In the community, he has completed more than 80 hours of community service and enjoys volunteering at 5 and 10K races. Next year, Jessup hopes to attend Furman University to study chemistry, and we wish him the very best of luck. Congratulations, Jessup. You're our Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. Good luck to you in your future endeavors. Stay with us, folks. More halftime coming from Memorial Stadium on the FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Our generation has a choice to turn away from our challenges or to chase them down. The South Carolina National Guard is proud to honor these scholar athletes who are excelling on and off the field. You can have it all in the South Carolina Army National Guard.
Chapin Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Chapin Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Caminer way. Call Caminer right away.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back inside halftime here, Memorial Stadium, downtown Columbia, South Carolina, 35-0. The home Falcons over the visiting Eagles of Chapin. It is halftime, and we go down to the field with Claire Foley and athletic director for the Falcons, Michelle Yater.
Thanks, guys. Joined now by AC Flora's athletic director, Michelle Yater. Michelle, you talk about the leadership and the development of these student athletes, specifically the captains of this team. Talk to me about the Captain's Council.
Yeah, we started what's called a Captain's Council. We piggyback off the high school league. And in order for them to be on the Captain's Council, the coaches have to nominate them. And then we come in and we meet and talk about issues related to leadership. And then they got to go back and also formulate the community service projects that each team has to do. And that's a year-long council for all sports.
How special is it, do you think, that being a captain is more than just a letter? It's more than just a letter on their jersey. It's something that they're putting work into.
Correct. It's also input on their resume, and they're building the future. They're already trying to instill on who's captains and who has good leaders for leadership next year and the year after.
And heck of an environment here tonight, right?
Yeah, very exciting. Good program, coaches developed, and we look forward to a great season.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Claire, and athletic director Michelle Yater. And now time for our scholar athlete from AC Flora this week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. For AC Flora, it is Luis Vipperman. And Louise is a two-time All-State lacrosse player and four-time All-Region in golf for the Falcons. In at school, she has a 5.093 GPA and is student body vice president. In the community, she works as a counselor at YMCA camp and is highly involved in youth events at her church, including mission work in Ecuador last summer. She hasn't decided where she'll be going to school next year, but plans to study political science, and we wish her the very best in her future endeavors. Congratulations, Louise Vipperman. Congratulations. You are SC Army National Guard Scholar Athlete of the Week this week for your school, AC Flora. Good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you for all you do, and thanks to the Army National Guard in South Carolina. We'll be right back with more coming from Memorial Stadium, 35-0, your halftime score.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back inside halftime, folks. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin here with you. AC Flora up huge 35-0. And how did we get to 35-0? I'm glad you asked. We have a rolling picture show to talk about it. Take it away, Joe.
Well, the first half highlights are going to be mostly AC Flora. You see the first big play of the game, a 34-yard pitch and catch to Azel Banag, and he's able to weave his way through traffic, gets all the way down to the 33 of Chapin, and this sets up that 30-yard touchdown. First score of the game. Charlie Scott on the receiving end from Roper Winsky, and quickly it was 7-0 AC Flora. Then watch Winsky come back again. This time he goes to Banag in the back corner of the end zone. That first pass play was to Kendall Burr, but this Banag catch makes it 14-0. Grant Hill, another PAT right there. He had a big first half as well. Third touchdown, Jalen Simmons, 3-yard touchdown run right up the middle. Here's an interception. There's Banag. He caught a touchdown, also picked off a pass. He takes it out of bounds, far side. Gives a few kisses to the crowd. This is the best pass I saw all night. Winsky on the back shoulder of Charlie Scott, 17-yard touchdown. 28-0, and then it got to be 35-zip. Blake Patet, 3-yard touchdown run, and that's where we are.
AC Flora rude host tonight, up 35-0. Let's look at some national highlights around the FNR all over this country. Go for it.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Sweetwine pump fakes, goes end zone wide open, and one-handed catch. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'll tell you that you watch the defender falls down, and Sheffield still has to make a spectacular grab.
Allen rolling, has time if he wants to run. Rolling, has a guy over the middle. It's intercepted right into the hands of Logan Steele, and he's gone. No one will catch the long jump gold medalist and the second in the 100, Logan Steele.
Oh, new running back in the ball game, and he got tattooed and suplex. Speaking of wrestling, that was bad enough right there. And then, bam.
Big number 90, Maurice Horry right there. He got his money.
Wolf fires downfield. He has a man, but lobs it up. It's a 50-50 ball, and it's picked off by Manheim Township. Coming up and making the interception is Dixon. It was a 50-50 ball, and Dixon comes up and has the INT. Dixon, the 5.
Does it get off? Ready, go. Off the line of scrimmage. Look at the speed, the quickness. Good recovery there. Gets it back over to the sideline. Execution for Champ.
Friday nights are made for moments like these. Every parent's dream is to see their child play under the lights. But one reckless choice can take it all away. Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Now's the time for huge Labor Day savings at Michaelis Mattress. Time for helpful advice, a selection that's nice at a low, low price. Get huge savings on Serta, Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic, and get free delivery and setup with qualifying purchases. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing. There's no better time and no better team for huge Labor Day savings. Shop now and save at Michaelis Mattress. Think outside the big box and save.
Back at it, folks, just before the start of second half action here at Memorial Stadium. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up high in the press box here, looking at you right there. That's where we are in that spaceship-looking thing there. 35-0 AC Flora all over and through the Chapin Eagles in that first half of action. Of course, Lexington Medical Center brings you our Coach's Corner each and every week. And Lexington Medical Center wants you to know, as the only local independent hospital in the Midlands, they're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. Down to Claire Foley on the sideline. Claire.
Coach, at the end of the half, you're working with some momentum there. What was the message to the guys about settling in and capitalizing on that?
Yeah, we just can't give up. You know, the game's played for 4 quarters, so we just tried to get some momentum. Turnovers are killing us. We just got to take care of the football.
You talked to me yesterday about the words relentless and effort. What do you need from them on that front?
Both, and a lot more of it. You know, our effort has been okay. We just need to be relentless. Get down the field, you know, do all those effort plays, and just continue to try and take advantage of that momentum and take care of the ball.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach Cole, and thank you, Lexington Medical, for our Coach's Corner sponsorship. That's some of the halftime highlights right there, Joe. Take a look at those.
Yeah, I mean, those tell you everything you need to know, honestly. I mean, 222 total yards for AC Flora, no turnovers, 2 for Chapin. Flora with a lot of penalties, and I'm sure Coach Ken Floyd talked about that at halftime. Passing in the air, Flora 207. They just dominated the first half. I mean, there's really not else to glean from those stats. I mean, it was all their first 24 minutes.
Claire said she talked to Coach. I talked to Coach Cole on the phone on Monday, and the word he gave me, I asked him what his slogan, his motto was for his team this year, was compete.
Yeah.
The word he gave me was compete, and that's what they break huddles with, and they better compete this second half. It's about pride right now. If they don't compete this second half, it's going to get even more out of hand, and it's going to be downhill on a long second half for his team, and they'll fall to 0-2. And you got to have something to build on, even if it's a loss.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll look where opportunity school kickoff coming up for you, right to left.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds that time, but AC Flora is in the powder blue, Columbia blue, if you will, with gray pants, red trim, and, of course, Chapin in their familiar Columbia blue numerals, dark helmets, and white uniforms. But we'll look great. 100 years helping students build a better future.
Free kick infraction against AC Flora.
Call AC Flora for
Chapin is
infraction.
elected to enforce the foul 5 yards from the previous spot and re-kick.
You talk about Chapin, you know, showing a lot of pride, showing some effort in the second half. It's a proud program, Stacy. You go back through the years. They were the state champs in 2A in 73 and 74 under Cecil Woolbright, and then Hall of Famer Eddie Muldrow was the coach there for 25 years, right? I mean, so they've had some great teams through the years, and you know, they just need to try to figure out a way to, you know, battle and put some points on the board here in this half.
I've been blessed for the last probably 6 or 7 years to do the high school 5A championship game on TV every year with Jason Patterson and Coach Muldrow. Coach Eddie Muldrow does a great job. I got to know him. He's just a great human being, a great guy, great football mind, and he's very proud of that Chapin tradition he built there. So, yes, a lot. Cecil Woolbright Field is where they still play their games. Recently renovated. A lot of pride in that program. Having a little bit of a down period right now, but you know Chapin is going to be around. They're going to be back because of that pride they have in that program. Nice camera shot, guys. Nice look at that football right there. And it's going to be Braden Francis, I do believe. He had a big kickoff in the second quarter. He is weaving away again. Braden Francis is a really good athlete, folks. A two-sport star at Chapin and across the 45-yard line. I think they're going to get the ball in his hands a little bit more this half, too.
I think I would. I mean, he shows some good speed, good awareness. Can hit that crease, hit that hole, and you've got a down Chapin player.
Yeah. The right leg up in the air. I wonder if it's a cramp or the right leg in the air, but pointing at the left leg. So they're going to work on that. Looks like it may be a cramp in that left leg, Joe. A lot of these players are playing a lot of snaps tonight. It's not the most humid of nights, but still, if you playing a lot of snaps.
Very pleasant.
Yeah, playing a lot of snaps to catch up with you, though. It's very pleasant. You're right.
Yep.
And we're not moving around a lot, so it's actually getting a little on the chilly side.
In this press box, it is.
It really is. It really is.
Hey, and you know who's joining us in the press box here tonight?
Yes,
Scotty Radiker.
What's up, Scotty?
Freshman here at AC Flora, shadowing us here tonight. Wants to be a sports broadcaster, right?
Yes.
don't we all, right? Don't we all want to put a headset on and start talking
Absolutely.
about the ballgame,
It's
right?
fun stuff, right? Glad to have Scotty up here with us, young man.
Absolutely.
Young man on a good path right now to what could be a fun lifestyle, fun life, and we're doing what we can to share a little bit of knowledge with him as we go along. But
hopefully he doesn't leave here shell-shocked after having to watch us. Like, who are these guys calling this game?
He's
right?
like, I'm going to law school. That's it. It's enough of that. Yeah, who are these people? So let's get a number right there. I believe that's 20. Yeah, 26 for Chapin. He's hobbling off. No pressure on the left leg. Chance O'Kane, a junior wide receiver. And we hope he's okay. They put no pressure on that left leg. That's not good at all.
I hope that doesn't. It's not as serious as what it might look like right now. Hopefully he'll be okay.
I don't know if it's the right or the left. It's hard. I don't want to guess which leg it is. It's got one of them in the air and one. Neither one is touching the ground though. So that's not good. The lower extremities is a problem when you can't put weight on it. Chapin's going to take over at that 46-yard line. That's Coach Cole on your screen right there. They're trying to get something going. And back is Jay Stoker is their quarterback, your original starter. The Raven Gap transfer. Got good size. So let's see what they can come up with here. Chapin trying to start the second half with some momentum. A delayed draw to Cromer. Cromer with a nice chunk of yards. He's going to get 9 on that carry. That's the delayed draw they ran before with success in the ball game, Joe.
Second time they've run that. They ran it, as you mentioned, successfully in that second quarter. Picked up a nice chunk play there and got one right here. Picked up 9.
Yeah, Cromer again. Cromer encountered they have a combo punch back there. They will run a third back every now and then, but it is a running back by committee. Gash for 9 that time, and the playbook's wide open. It's 2nd and 1. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're going to throw it this time. Looking over the middle, and he has a man. That is Bullware, Jessup Bullware across the 10 and barely dragged down inside the 10, making about the 8-yard line. It's a dangerous tackle, though. He's on that back leg. He may be slow to get up right here. He's grabbing that right leg. It wasn't quite a hip drop tackle, but something like that, though. Take a look.
It was awkward. And I mean, credit the quarterback here, Stoker, for hanging in there, got some pressure, and is able to lob that thing over the middle. He's got his target there, Jessup Bullware, who we featured in the beginning, and hopefully this is not, a serious injury because he did go down awkwardly right there, Stacy, as you described it.
The weight of the tackle was on his right ankle. That was Kevin Daniels, the safety that ran him down, but Kevin Daniels' body came down the back heel and ankle of the right leg of Jessup Boulware, the young man we featured at the top of the broadcast, and he's down in pain. Hate to see that. That's a huge play for Chapin. They need that. Less than a minute into the third quarter.
And if you're Chapin, you got to convert this now. I mean, you got to punch this in the end zone.
With no question.
It is 35-0, and it is a massive hill for Chapin to ask them to climb. But you just hit an explosive play. You're inside the 10. Just needs to get in the end zone.
Joe, the journey of 10,000 miles begins with one step.
Exactly, sure does.
And the other thing is, and the more childish version of that is, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Can't eat the whole elephant at one bite at a time, Scotty. Scotty's looking at me.
like what?
What is he talking about? What? Having fun with words, Scotty. It's going to be first and goal to go. They're inside the. Not only was that a Canada first down on that play, they're inside the Jim Hudson red zone. And Jim Hudson experienced it once, and you'll never forget. Jim Hudson Automotive brings you our red zone sponsorship, and young man, they're going to see about Jessup Boulware on the sideline. I hope he's okay. So they dial up here, Joe, inside with first and goal to go inside the 10. Stoker high up, broken up. Good timing that time, and a big collision in the end zone. Right, a good sportsmanship, but that was a nice collision at the safety. He timed that out just right.
It was a big collision in that back left corner of that end zone over there.
That might be Monty Lafitte, the linebacker, 23, might have been over there.
Stoker put that ball up, and
it was. It was going to be a tough. It would have been a tough catch anyway, but that collision made sure. And they got 4 chances here. Like you said, they need 6. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the near sideline. They're going to give it to Kindert. That's Cromer. Cut back, Joe. Not sure if he might would have bounced that outside. Yeah.
He had the right idea. Yeah. Look, I thought he might bounce it there for a second because it didn't seem like many blue jerseys out there, but he decided to cut it back into the pursuit.
Luke Cromer, the senior, he came back and might have overthought that one a little bit. So now you're looking at 3rd and goal, 3rd and 8. Make it. Again, 3 really does nothing, but you wonder what happens if it's 4th and 8. I think
they go.
You're
right. 3 means nothing.
Yeah,
they could go for it.
Cromer's still in the ball game. He's a little bit of a pistol formation there behind the shotgun quarterback Stoker. Jay Stoker, and it's going to be a
delay.
It was like a
delay game on the offense. 5 yards, 3rd down.
Now's the time. Did the timeout get called anyway?
No.
No. Well, AC Flora seems to think that they brought the whole defense over to the sideline. And now look, Chapin's going to go to the line and snap the ball. Chapin's going to snap the ball.
Yeah, ball's in play.
Ball's in play. They tried to sneak him while they was over there. I think there was a miscommunication. Chapin thought they gave him the timeout. Yeah, that's going to cause some feelings right there. Now, we'll see how the rest of this is played out because they rushed it. I don't blame Chapin. They over there huddling up on the 10-yard line. And
Flora, I don't know if they thought Chapin had called a timeout there or not, but they brought the whole defense over, and they got almost caught flat-footed there. Now it's 4th and goal. They're lucky to get back out there and stop that.
And Chapin really should have snapped that quicker. Had they been on one page, they could have really ran that ball in. There was nobody. They were lined up about to be over the ball. They're going to kick the field goal.
Interesting.
Yeah, 4th and 5. I was wondering what they would do. Is this just to gain some confidence and to get take these shutout off the board? Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is through. Hands to the sky. Looks like the hands went up there. We'll step away. AC Flora big over Chapin. Stay with us, folks.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. Sonic Smasher, topped with Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done?
Dude.
Back here, 9:01 in the third quarter. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley. Glad to have you with us on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. 35-3 is your score. And coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney? Remember, who you hire matters. Shout out to Joe and Holly and all those fine folks at Elizabeth over there at Atkins Law Firm. There's Coach Ken Floyd. The shutout is off the board, and we have a 32-point deficit right now for Chapin. They'll kick off left to right on your screen, Joe. And that's something. It wasn't nothing. It was something.
And you know, kind of looking back on it, if you're Coach Ryan Cole, I think in that situation, you haven't scored this season, right? I mean, you want to come away with something. Right. I mean, you had a good, productive drive.
Right. And they're going to bunch kick this off, sudden kick this time. And Kendall Bird, who hasn't touched as much tonight as he would have liked to, he can get outside here. Good job blowing that play up. He's not going to probably go anywhere here. That was a good job getting hats to the ball. He's still fighting and just going nowhere fast. Chapin did a good job rallying to the football. But he wants to try to make an impression here tonight.
So sometimes you're trying so hard to make a play, and then you just kind of, just get yourself in a situation where just get up the field with the ball, right? I mean, just get up the field. Yeah,
he's cramping bad.
He's cramping up.
It's bad, too, yeah. He's hobbling off to the sideline right there. Number 3 in blue. But, all activity is not productivity, Joe.
Well, that's well put, because he tried to make some things happen there that just weren't there. Sometimes you just take what's there, get up the field, and
Roper went. That's not a bad first half there, Joe.
11 of 19, 164 and 3 touches. He threw 3 last week. So.
Yeah. We just talked about the Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. That might be a guy who's throwing his hat in the ring for some votes. Young Roper Winsky throwing some ropes tonight. He's going to shovel pass that out to the Simmons on the left side. Good job getting to the ball. Chapin coming to the locker room playing with a lot of pride. Number 29, Caleb Davis, the Newberry commit on the tackle there.
Yeah, Caleb Davis has been around the football a lot for Chapin tonight. We featured him in our opening as a player to watch for this Chapin defense. He's done a nice job here this evening.
They just got to get something clicking. You mentioned it earlier in the ball game. The offense is the thing. They got to get on track there. The defense has been battling. Got hit by some big plays early, though, but they've been battling, especially from late in the second half on. They had some good moments. So we'll see if Winsky throws it down, upfield a little bit more this time. They're going to hand it in, keep it on the ground again.
There's just too much dancing and stuff going on. I mean, I think you just get up the field, right? I mean, you're just kind of dancing around trying to find something. Just get up the field sometimes is the best thing you can do.
Among those on the tackle that time, Ethan Lorick, again, number 15. He's played pretty strong in the middle for the Eagles. And I'm watching the play calling on the floor. I'm going to see how conservative or wide open they'll be up 32. They're trying to find something in the running game for future use, Joe. They've had a lot of success passing the ball early, especially the short and intermediary passes. Winsky's looking over the middle. It comes out left. That's Batet. Nice route. I think he held on to that. He stayed in bounds. The clock's running.
I think he got enough for a first down, too.
Yeah, first down. They're trying to say he dropped it in toward the end. That's what Griffin is saying. I was wondering whether he bobbled. Let's take a look at this angle, Joe. See if he held on to the ground.
I thought he might have, too.
Right there. And the ball came out.
Yeah.
The ball came out. He picked it up.
That's not a catch.
That's not a yes, and there's no review in high school football.
Yeah, and Coach Cole's upset. Now you see him on the field. He's having some words. I mean, that really is a bad call. Because that ball was clearly broken up.
And I don't blame him right there. The frustration, he's not going to take it out on his players, but you got to feel bad. Things aren't going your way, and you make a good play, get a good stop, and that happens.
Yeah. You can see the frustration, and I don't blame him. I mean, you got an official standing right there.
Yeah, that's.
Timeout. Chapin, their first timeout of the half. Prior to the timeout, unsportsmanlike conduct. Chapin, 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
You know, I'm not in my broadcast career. I've never been one to really say anything about officiating, and I won't necessarily go real far. But this was a missed call.
Missed it.
That's a missed call. He did not. Yeah, he didn't have that ball long enough.
No, I mean he didn't. There was no. Watch it. That's again great work by our folks.
And the ball, he never put the ball away. He never caught
that complete pass all day long.
Yeah, And you see that, and the players said it. I saw them react, and I wondered, and then the players reacted, and then Coach Cole, going to fight for his team. And you get the penalty on top of it.
Yeah, so. That's a frustrating event there to happen for Chapin. You get the stop, get him off the field, you think, but then they call that a completed pass.
And that's what he's trying to explain to him. He's saying, I did that because it was so obvious. And how you want me to, and they're trying to explain to him why it was a catch, and he doesn't want to hear it.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And the ball is now. That is a MUS check that a Kaminer heating and cooling first down for AC4, another one. They've had many in this ball game. Kaminer heating and cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Ball is at the 39-yard line, and AC Flora is in business to do business.
And the guys in stripes typically, just your night in and night out, they're unsung. They do a pretty good job.
Absolutely.
They do a pretty good job. I know they catch a lot of flack from fans and whatnot and media sometimes. Right. They do a pretty good job of out there officiating these games, and occasionally they're going to miss one, and they just missed one right there. But I think overall tonight in this game, in the grand scope of this game, they've done a good job. You just kind of hate it for Chapin that that was an incomplete pass, ruled a completion.
It was. I kind of amongst my friends, quite a few officials, some active, some retired, and a couple golfing buddies, and what they always say, consistently, like, it's funny to them. They like, why do we care who wins a? We don't
and
care.
They don't. I mean,
we don't care who wins a game. We're trying to do the best we can. We don't no dog in the fight. They want to do their job and go home like everybody else. But like I say, nobody's perfect. They're not robots.
They're not. I mean, the human element. is prevalent in everything we do, not just athletics.
Absolutely.
The human element comes in. Mistakes are going to be made. Exactly. Yes. Mistakes are going to be made, and more often than not, they get it right.
A lot of conversations, though. I don't know.
I know this is interesting.
Yeah, there was a time out, but a lot of conversation. And I've seen referees. I coached some basketball on some lower level. Sometimes a referee come up to you and be like, you know what, I missed that one. And you have to live with it, but you can't take it back. But you respect them for saying, you know what, that was on me.
Yeah.
I missed that one. I get it better the next time.
Yeah.
So here we are, first down. AC Flora is going to be inside. They're going to be stubborn with the run. They're going to be stubborn with the run. That's going to be a modest gain of barely 2 yards. Good job firing off the ball if you're Chapin. Is there an injury? They're blowing whistles. Oh, helmet came off right there. The Simmons helmet came off. He has to come out of play. He's got the dreadlocks flowing. He's on the all-hair team early season.
The all-hair team.
Yeah, shout out to the running backs coach, AC Flora, Kenny Hunter, my good friend Kenny Hunter. AC Flora running back coach. Coaching at his alma mater where he played football and basketball back in the day. Coach Kenny Hunter. Talked to him on the field before the game. Shout out to Aaron Bishop. Peyton Bishop's there. Aaron Bishop, school board member here at Richland 1. His wife is also an educator as well. Peyton Bishop, number 0 on defense. Nice gashing run up the middle. Good job up front for AC Flora. That's 28. That reminds me of the running back they had a while back. The little short kid they had is at Western Carolina now.
You watch right here, just inside zone, gets good blocking at the point of attack. Was able to find that crease right there, and they're able to pick up a first down and move those chains. And you call it, Stacy. I think AC Flora really kind of want to. They want to work on the ground game here, kind of grind this clock out in this second half, and they've really done that on this drive. Already taken about 3 minutes off the clock.
They are. They just really they're trying to run. They're trying to just shorten the game. They're going to shorten the game now. Delay again. This time, good job up front. Chapin. Give some love to 92. I think 44 was in there. Jacob Kessler. There was Parker Collins swarming to the ball. They're playing with some ferocity right now.
Yep. Kessler in there was able to make that play. The junior defensive end. Next week, Chapin will be at, or rather, they'll have Spring Valley at home Spring Valley picked up their first win in 24 tries last week.
Yes, I was happy for those kids. They came back on Richard Northeast after trailing 19-0.
Flora will be at Southside Christian.
Out to got some new players in the ball game now for the Falcons. That is Mac Huey. Mac Huey's a junior receiver. They're getting some backups in the game a little bit now, some love out there. Take a look at the throw and catch.
Quick hitter, just gets the ball out fast, gets Huey out there. Not quite to the sticks, but makes this very manageable here, 3rd down and 3.
Caleb Davis with another tackle. He's racked up some tackles. So we've seen a backup running back get some love. Backup receiver get a catch right here. Batet this time, a familiar name. He's going to fight and struggle. He might have got that first down, Joe. It's going to be very close.
I think he's got it.
Very interesting this time. They're stubborn in the run, Joe. We mentioned that. They're going to go ahead and shorten this game, it sounds like, or it looks like, after so much success throwing the ball.
Well, the first half seemed like it took more than a minute, but this second half, this third quarter is moving by rather rapidly.
It was a mini series that first half. And this time right here, there's going to be a Kaminer heating and cooling first down for AC Flora. That's back to back. Looking left, rolled it up. Winsky, double move, tried to go to Charlie Scott that time, just overshot him that time. It was one of those set up a double move route that time.
He pumped it, tried to get the defender, then tried to hit the whole shot there with Charlie Scott. Overthrew him.
Charlie Scott has had himself a night now.
Interesting. They've got Charlie Scott on this team. A kid named Charlie Scott. All right, if you know anything about North Carolina basketball and the history of the ACC, you know that name. And they also have a kicker named Grant Hill.
That's right. And I love this. If I'm a basketball fan. So I mentioned 28, a kid we loved at AC Florida wore 28 years ago, Markel Townsend.
That's who it was,
yes, one of the outstanding players. He's actually a redshirt sophomore now at Western Carolina. Wheel route. That's Batet across the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. Great throw and catch that time. Winsky to Batet. They're heating up that connection a little bit as the game goes on.
That's what it was. You see it here, the wheel coming out of the backfield, Batet, and just leads him perfectly. Right up the field, good catch there by Batet.
Nice move.
Puts a move on a defender.
He gave him a little stanky leg that time.
He did.
A little stanky leg. The Dartmouth commit. So you know the books are in order for young Batet. Richard Northeast transfer. That is a Kaminer heating and cooling first down, and they are not quite in the Jim Hudson red zone, but that may be the next play here. But yeah, Markel Townsend was a guy kid we both loved playing. I knew his mom. And he played AAU, some AAU hoops with my son, so I know a little connection there. He was an outstanding basketball player as well growing up. That's Bird. They have not been able to get Bird really flowing like they wanted to here. He's a kid who's got a lot of offers as well.
They hit Bird on that first play of the game, essentially the 34-yard little crossing route that really got AC Flora off and running in the first quarter, but they've done a pretty good job of containing Bird ever since then. But you go back to Townsend.
Yeah.
What I loved about that youngster, he wasn't a big kid in terms of his height, but tough and fast.
Tough and fast.
Goodness gracious, he had speed.
Yeah, I remember telling you before, I said, I know this kid, you're going to love him. You did, man. I love the way this kid plays, man. He put up numbers in that championship season for sure for them. Oh, Winsky showing some elusiveness. Oh, he got one man to beat in the end zone, and back shoulder fade. Touchdown, AC Flora. Winsky to Mac Huey. Mac Huey strike up the AC Flora. Fights on. Winsky with his 4th touchdown of the game, and it's going to probably come back. Joseph Cashin.
I'm not so sure if this isn't a roughing. Are they going to call a holding? Because it was backed by the quarterback.
I wasn't sure either at
first. We have holding on the offense, personal foul, rough the passer on the defense.
Okay.
Those penalties were all set. 3rd down.
So I saw the flag back here by Winsky. Watch Winsky just pirouette. How many times have we watched him pirouette out of here? Watch him. Whoop, there he goes. Nice. There he goes. And he sees his receiver deep down the field. Mac Huey down there. And then watch the body contortion by Huey to get himself positioned.
Yes.
But unfortunately for the Falcons, it all goes for naught. I saw the flag back here. I didn't see the holding. But
yeah, that's both teams have reason to be frustrated because you take away the penalty. But I mean, the rough the pass is one of those just errors right there. But if you AC Florida, they left points on the board, even in a big lead right now. They left a lot of points on the board.
That's a 3rd touchdown they've had called off.
Really, that's right.
Tonight.
That's right. So good point. Very good point, Joe. That's
even though they still lead at 35-3.
Yeah. Again, they're in the region with South Point. Those are teams you can't give anything away.
Better snap it quickly. I was going to say the play clock was down to 2, and they were not ready.
Timeout. AC Flora, their first time out of the half.
We're going to step away with them, folks, with 2:50 left in the third quarter. AC Flora in command over Chapin, 35-3 in a battle of the Birds. Memorial Stadium. Stay with us.
Our generation has a choice: to turn away from our challenges or to chase them down. The South Carolina National Guard is proud to honor these scholar athletes who are excelling on and off the field. You can have it all in the South Carolina Army National Guard.
Chapin Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Chapin Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Caminer way. Call Caminer right away.
Back at it. Third quarter action, 2:50 left in the third quarter. And during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. Presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. That's NHTSA. That's Coach Flora on your screen right there. He's reason to be happy with the score, but the penalties, Joe, have to be bothering him. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, by the way, up here. Claire Foley on the sidelines.
A lot of penalties tonight.
Just too much.
And it's still early in the season, and you want to kind of keep that in mind a little bit, but they're going to have to clean that stuff up moving forward.
Absolutely. Did I was about to say, looked like they're driving toward a touchdown, but there's another pre-snap penalty in legal procedure. There's too many mental errors.
5 yards, second down.
Look at Coach. He's getting the play call in but the arms are folded. He has a look of just like, really? He told me before the game on the sideline that he expected Chapin to be a little salty after last week, so he figured but he also felt confident. He seemed very confident with his team performance tonight. But he Chapin lost at home. She got shut out. They're gonna come in a little nasty today. Didn't get it going early. And that ball's on the ground. The exchange, the Winsky to the running back exchange, not there for Simmons. Simmons fell on it, but they're just looking like they're not focused right now for AC Flora.
They have had the ball for almost 6 minutes now in this quarter.
Yeah, most of the third quarter. So
this is their Chapin has possessed it once, kicked a field goal, and this is Flora's only possession so far this quarter.
This is the only report card does not play well with others.
Exactly.
They're not sharing the ball at all right now.
Ken Floyd doesn't look terribly pleased, does he?
He like you gonna get it when we get home. Like y'all like wait till I get you home. Let me get you to this locker room and talk to you about this. Winsky's gonna look left. He has a man. Good inside body control that time. That might be Bird, I believe, over there. That is Kendall Bird. Body control. He got his body like Michael Irvin back in there. He just boxed out the defender.
That's what you do as a wideout sometimes. You get that leverage on that defender, give your quarterback a target, and Winsky put it right in there. Short of a first down, but it'll be fourth down at about 5, I think. 4th and 6 maybe.
Winsky and Bird have been playing together for some years. Now they have a chemistry there. And they're going to, looks like that ball's going to be, it's 4th, and they're not going to, I saw Bird walk off a little frustrated there. I think they're deciding what they're going to do here. It's 4th down at about 6. Maybe it's 7. Where's that ball marked? They're talking about it.
It's at the 18.
Timeout's going to be called.
Timeout, AC Flora, their second timeout of the half.
So it's going to be second. It's going to be 4th and 6, right at 6 yards. They're going to call this second timeout and talk about this. I don't know what you call it here. The short passes that worked earlier, but they've not been quite as crisp here as the game is going on. But you got to throw to the sticks. So you and I both agree philosophically on that one. I think you don't ever throw short of the sticks. Unless you got a Randy Moss or somebody you know gonna make one man miss or beat one guy.
Yeah.
And that's in high school. You don't always have that guaranteed guy.
No,
like that.
you don't.
Yeah.
And that's hard to kind of get set up too. I mean, even if you want to throw a screen or something like that. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
And I tell you who I stay away from. I stay away from Griffin.
He's done well for them tonight. You know,
well.
he's done well at the corner spot for Chapin.
Yeah, I stay away from that kid. He could be a problem over there. But you're right. They kind of like they were going after him early because I think they just trusted their receivers. But he stood up to it. We'll see what they call. 1:18 left in the third. Chapin trying to get off the field here. Look, a little bit of motion right there. But Winsky's going to roll right. He's directing traffic. And that's almost intercepted just over the outstretched arms. I believe that might be Caleb Davis. He's got a cramp. He's just up hobbling. Quick, well defended that time by Chapin.
And good pressure, too, by Chapin to kind of force Winsky off his spot and forced him to scramble on a 4th down call. He wanted to go left with the football first and had nothing there, and then he got forced out. And that's a good stop by Chapin to hang in there, even though they got that bad call early in the drive. Fortunately for them, it did not result in any AC Flora points. That 4th down incomplete pass that was called complete. But Eagles defense is able to rise to the occasion and get the stop.
Yeah, it's Coach. I tell you what, Coach Cole, it's been up and down for him. I mean, the anger and frustration are both there. He's trying to hold it. He's holding it together for his team, though. Oh, that little pitch that time. It counts as a pass. A toss. Tough, hard-nosed run. There's just not a lot going on over there.
Get that jet action going on right there, jet sweep action, and then just pitch it forward like you call it. That's a pass. And so if that ball hits the ground, it's an incomplete pass rather than a fumble.
Absolutely. So it's relatively a safe play, but there's 9 right there on the tackle. Brandon Williams, the junior. It's got to be a little frustrating, though, again. Not just to score. In other words, they just haven't. What do you hang your hat on? What has been the bread and butter? What has been the thing they could build on? There's really nothing to build on right now. The run up the middle has not really worked, except for that delayed give, the draw play. And they're gonna look that Stoker. It's gonna be underthrown. Kendall Bird right there. Kendall Bird, open field. Kendall Bird's gonna cut back to the right. Kendall Bird across the 35. Bird across the 30. 25. Kendall Bird still spinning. Down inside the 25. He hadn't gotten loose on offense like he wanted to, but that was his fun right there. He was excited about that. Just a duck of a throw, well underthrown.
Stoker just didn't, he wasn't able to put anything on. You see it right here. Stoker scrambling around, and then he's going to try to throw the ball deep down the field. There's just nothing on this throw, and Bird is just back there playing center field, able to come up with the easy pick, and watch him just kind of weave his way through traffic, make some men miss, and finally get stopped here with just under 3 seconds to play in this quarter.
That's the most fun Kendall Bird's had since that first catch of the ball game.
Exactly, you bet.
But I saw it coming early. He saw it before. The receiver didn't see the ball before he did. It was like just filling a punt. And they got some things to figure out on offense, as you mentioned, for Chapin in the weeks to come. Going into next week's game, they got some things to get together.
That's a nice run there to get the ball down to the 10-yard line.
And that's Simmons.
Yep.
We're going to step away. 3 quarters in the books. We're going to put 4 fingers in the air. And we'll head into the final stanza here. AC Flora up huge over Chapin, 35-3 on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
Light it.
Win it all. That is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
And we're back at it, folks. Fourth quarter about to start. 12 minutes on the clock, 35-3. AC Flora has been in command since the third play of the ball game when they struck on a pass play. And here we are now. They're driving again, trying to add to it. And guess what, Joe? Another penalty. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, by the way, up in the booth. Claire Foley on the sideline. And it's been a flagapalooza here at Memorial Stadium here in this ball game. Too many flags, especially for AC Flora. This one may be on Chapin, though. Maybe encroachment.
I think it is encroachment. Yeah. Let's get the official verdict.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the
is.
defense, 5 yards, first down.
As if they needed help. AC Flora doesn't need it. So we'll see. Now, I'm interested to see if they try to stubbornly get Simmons in the end zone on the ground here, just to see if they can overpower Chapin. You know, I think as an offensive coordinator, I'd want to see that. Can you run when you run in tight boxes? But again, I've been guessing wrong all night because, Charlie Scott is, I think, maybe over there. No, that's actually Matt Huey in the ball game, split wide right. And he looking left, one-on-one, just overthrown over there. And that was looking for Davis, looking for Josh Davis, the junior, number 2 over there. He's got pretty good size as a receiver, but well covered by Chapin. Is that our guy again? I think that is 22. I think that was, once again, Peyton Griffin. I'd stay away from him.
I mean, he's been up to the task all night long for Chapin. One of the bright spots for them tonight.
Not a huge kid, but he has physical kind of matchups. He's been holding his own. Yeah,
he's physical.
Physical cornerback. Yeah, he's not back down from anything. I think Huey on this other side, I give him a shot over here. This time they're going to run to Simmons, and he's going to ease into the end zone. Touchdown, AC Flora. Strike up the Falcons fight song as they add to that large lead and 41-3 with extra point pending. Take a look, Joe.
6-yard run by Simmons up the middle. Doesn't get touched till he gets to the goal line. And the Falcons continue to add to the lead. And they have this one well in hand here early in the fourth.
Simmons' second touchdown of the ball game, I do believe.
Yep.
And on to the extra point is Grant Hill. Yeah, I said Grant Hill, not that one. He has no eligibility left. Easy snap, easy hold, splits upright, hands to the sky. AC Flora up 42-3, 11:48 in the fourth quarter. It's the Sonic F&R Game of the Week. All Falcons tonight. Come on back with us.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration into silence. This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
Chapin Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Chapin Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Caminer way. Call Caminer right away.
Welcome back inside, folks. Sonic F&R Game of the Week. Fourth and final quarter, 42-3. AC Flora over Chapin. And coming up later in this fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney? Remember, who you hire matters. Atkins Law Firm.
I got a couple of candidates for that.
Yes. I think
One kind of stands out to me right now.
Yeah, I do not have a vote, I'm pretty sure, but I think Roper Wensky.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too, Stacey.
Unofficially, it's the Booth vote. Oh, we got a player down too. I think he's playing recovery. Is he injured or he's just tired?
No, he just fell on the ball.
Okay, I just know he rolled around a little bit. I didn't know because the way these cramps are popping up.
Yeah.
But that is a young man who's played a lot of snaps in this ball game.
Scotty, who's your player of the game? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. There's three of us.
We
up
got
here.
a trio up there, all in unison.
And the three of us, our votes are less than a vote. I think that's less than one vote.
Less than one vote.
That's one vote. It's about 0.5 of a vote. So we might get some backup though. Jay Stoker, back in that quarterback, he's going to give this time. Both teams keeping it on the ground. This may be a fast fourth quarter. Gang tackles, but hard running for Chapin right there. A lot of fight.
You got to hand it to him in this second half. You know, that's what Coach Ryan Cole was talking about at halftime with Claire. You know, show some fight, show some effort, right? I mean, keep battling, keep fighting in the second half, even though it was 35-0 at halftime. That's what he wanted to see out of his team in the second half, and so far he's seen that.
That was Dylan Walker, the junior running back. The other two, you know, Kynard and Promo are seniors. That's the junior. That's the future of the team. Running back just came in. Now the third running back of the night, number 23, in for Chapin. Tough run that time. Got about 6. So see if they go to that again, and I believe they are. Oh, bobble! It's bobble. That ball's on the ground. Stoker never had control of that ball after the RPO, and it's going to be AC Flora now. But that's just another ugly ball handling situation for Chapin.
Yeah.
Still determining it. They're down to wrestle right now. That's AC Flora football.
Yeah, another mesh point mishap here, Stacey. Just couldn't get that. Couldn't get the RPO, the mesh point kind of going right there. And
that might be the name of my new rock group right there. Mesh point mishap.
Mesh point mishap.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna name my rock band that.
You see it right here. They try to get that right there, and they pull the ball on the RPO and just
right there. You can't see. Yeah, he just. It was like a.
That thing's a greased pig down
really
there, and
is.
everybody's fighting for it.
Absolutely. And AC Flora, everything's been bouncing AC Flora's way all night, and there it is again. A turnover. We don't have our turnover sponsor. We're going to shoot for a turnover sponsor. I like that. But that takeaway is just one of many. And AC Flora, let's see if they have. Is Wensky still in the ballgame? I think he still is. Yeah, that's Wensky. And that's a lateral. Room over there. Good blocking on the edge over there. Nice burst of speed over there. Nice blocking on the edge without holding. And Trayvon Gary, a sophomore, number 28, looks good with the catch and run. You got the same height a little bit of Markel Townsend a little bit wearing that 28.
That's a good burst right there, you know. He caught the little short pass. I think the backward pass, it was close one way or the other, but he's able to get that burst. And I think we're kind of going to a running clock already because he went out of bounds. The clock didn't stop it.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. That's a Jim Hudson red zone right there, and also MUSC. A Cameron Heating Cooling first down. That's a touchdown. The sophomore might be a future star at tailback there for the Falcons. Number 28, Trayvon Gary, strike up the AC Flora Falcon fight song. And take a look at it in the SCDC end zone.
Yeah, again, right up the middle of the inside zone play. I don't think anybody touches him until he gets to the goal line. He's in. And Falcons.
Offensive line just mowing people over out there, just clearing the path. Good job up front. Big juice in the guys up there.
They're going to keep this clock running. This thing will be over soon.
That extra point's no good, but yeah.
That's the extra point, yeah.
We'll step away. 48-3, AC Flora to command.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Let's take a look at our sights and sounds of the game with our Joy Law Firm Smile Cam. Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. Take a look at it. Folks are happy out here. Up 48-3, the AC Flora side with many more smiles. We got a little face paint going on. Got little grins over there, little youngsters having a good time. It's Friday night. There's no school tomorrow. So much to be happy about. And you're young. When you're young, you also have a lot to be smiling about. Probably don't have the back and hip pain that we have, Joe. Joy Law Firm brings you that sights and sounds of the game. Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy. So the kickoff's to the 40-yard line. Was there a penalty on the... What's the point? Oh, filled it short on the hop right there. Is that Kynard? That might be number 3 right there. Take a look at that. That's 3 or 2. I believe that might be Drew Greer dancing his way to the 40-yard line. Trayvon Gary, the touchdown maker, made the tackle on the kickoff.
Trayvon Gary, just the sophomore you mentioned. I mean, it's a budding star here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they've been known to turn out some really quality skill players out of the AC Flora program. So now the clock is running. With a running clock situation, folks. Anytime the lead is 42 points or more in the second half, high school rules, clock is running. Even on incomplete passes. Give to the left side over there. A little room. It might be a blatant face mask. He turned his head all the way around. That's a 15-yarder. The only thing that's going to stop the clock is going to be penalties, I do believe. I think penalties, maybe not. Penalties not stopping the clock either. And that's a good thing because it's been a 6 flags over Memorial Stadium. It is
5-yard face mask against the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. Still first down.
5 yard. Isn't there a bigger version of the face mask? That was a pretty blatant one. But I mean, Joe, we got to be. I mean, really, the penalties in this game has been.
There have been a lot of them. There have been a lot. Your AC Flora. Yeah, Chapin really has been penalized 4 or 5 times tonight.
Yeah,
done a good job in that area.
AC Flora has been a big culprit. It's been, it's first down. It's been every couple of plays at some points in the ball game. Can't get in the rhythm to the game that way. Is it 1st and 1?
It is 1st and 1.
1st and 1.
Don't see that every day.
And they're going to throw on that, which is decent, but Stoker just has not been able to get in any rhythm. The quarterback, and they did go to another quarterback for a moment. Then he went to Cooper Derrick, the junior, for a few series in the second quarter.
Stacy, we've talked about some famous running back alums. We talked about Markel Townsend for AC Flora, great running back here. They got a stable of running backs. How about a running back from the past from Chapin? I'll throw out a name at you. How about I Am Hip?
Oh my goodness! I did not realize he came from Chapin.
How about I Am Hip? Absolutely, yep.
Is that Nebraska?
Nebraska. That's exactly right.
I never knew he was from Chapin.
Nebraska.
I Am Hip. That's that wishbone. That's the Nebraska Cornhuskers. When the Cornhuskers were rolling that wishbone all over the country, they was tearing people up.
Back in the late 70s, kind of mid to late 70s, he played for Tom Osborne, and that's when, of course, Osborne took over for Bob Devaney, and had those massive battles with Oklahoma through the years.
Yes.
I miss that rivalry.
I do too. I really do. It just wasn't the same over the years, but I never knew. I'm shocked right now. I did not know I Am Hip.
I Am Hip.
This is why I hang out with Joe Cashin, folks. I learn things. The wit and wisdom. I told you the wit and wisdom of Joe. And then he beats me at golf, though, and teaches me how to play golf.
Have you slowed the swing down yet,
I tried
Stacey?
to. I thought about Joe, you were in my head. I was in a golf tournament last week, and I was thinking about that too much. You might be hurting me with that. Kynard, around the left side. He's been running physical all night. J.R. Kynard. This might be the biggest run of the night on the ground for Chapin. It'll be a first down, a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Kiner, tough run. Been a tough night for for Chapin though. And
yeah.
You're right. Maybe that kicking that field goal early was their shot. I mean, they avoided that shutout. They had to have something to build on. It's a long season ahead. Plenty of time to correct things. Kiner on the right side. Falls forward. Give him about 4 on that carry. Headed down to the 5-minute mark, folks. It'll be 5 minutes in the ball game by this next snap. We're talking now about a couple of possessions each team. Neither team is really in any hurry to do anything right now. It's, well, as they say in the business, it's academic. And the band plays on. The band having a good time here beneath us right here. The AC Flora folks still enjoying themselves on a Friday night. Give again. Not much happening. Good job up front for AC Flora. That was Caden Brown and Monty Lafitte in on that tackle right there.
Stacey, we will be on the other side of town next week.
Man, that's going to be it. Now, that's a lot of people been talking about that one. When the schedule came out, I've had people at my church asking about it. I had people in the grocery store asking about this one. Ridgeview at Dutch Fork.
That's going to be a good one, we hope.
That's going to be a show, and we hoping for it to be a close one. It's going to be a show. And that's going to be, JR counted falling close to the first down. It's going to be about 4th and 1 here, maybe 2. I think they're going to run it one more time here. But yeah, that's going to be, next week, 5A battle. Talked to Coach Derek Howard over at Ridgeview about a week ago, and he's like, we plan to give him a fight, give him everything we got.
Yeah.
So we run from no smoke. So if it is what it is. The Dutch Fork is so good. Some people say this may be one of the best Dutch Fork teams ever. And that's a good keeper by Jay Stoker using his big frame to run it.
How do you determine that? I mean, they've had so many great teams for the last 15 years, it seems like. I mean, to say this one might be the best one, you're just like, wow. I mean,
and Coach Knott says that. And, his son is a quarterback now, so maybe that's extra. But, I mean, they got the big Michigan commit on the defensive line. They got some linebackers that can run. They got some good skill positions, as always. They got Will Furry, the Gamecock wide receiver coach. His son is a wide receiver, just transferred from Chapin over to Dutch Fork. An outstanding running back that came over from Chapin as well. So that's Peyton Bishop that time on the tackle. Number 0, call him Agent 0. I talked about him earlier. Dad Aaron, and great family. Again, his dad is a school board member of Richmond District 1. Peyton getting offers, man. South Carolina State's on him heavy. Kent State,
he's a good-looking player.
Oh, man, 6'3".
Good-looking player.
Big future ahead for Bishop. And there he is again. Him and his teammate, his gang tackle. All the fellas, it was a team meeting. They're having a team meeting in the backfield.
They didn't get blocked.
No, nobody.
I don't think any of them got blocked.
No, Bishop brought his boys with him that time. Bishop 0 was in there. 30 was in there. Isaiah Watson. Also, I believe 11 might have been in there. Kevin Daniels. Just a whole posse.
But Bishop had a rook in the night with him that time.
Yes, exactly. I love it. Okay, then, Joe. Bishop a rook in the night. Bishop 6'3", about 230. Junior. Now, they got to toss this on one time. They had thrown a lot with Stoker. They don't know what the confidence in the playbook is right now. They're going to keep this on the ground as well. This the backup running back, the junior. Oh, what a collision. What a collision. He lowered his shoulders, and that's not the junior running back. That is Cromer, the senior. He lowered, watch him lower the shoulder.
Watch him here. Just takes the handoff, gets a good block right there on the corner, and then lowers his shoulder, and there's a big-time collision down here.
Okay, so we got 20.
Luke Cromer, the senior.
It might have been Larry Pickett, the safety. Couldn't get that number 20. Yeah, number 2. It was Larry Pickett, the senior. The safety for... He's a sophomore, so he got some young players in there, but that was a nice collision. You love to see hard hits with a minute in the game, Joe.
They're going to try about a 38-yard field goal.
Okay. Kicker. Is this the same kicker? I believe it is.
This looks like, is this Beckham Demler, maybe?
85.
Appears to be a timeout on the field.
Yeah, Demler.
Called by Chapin.
And they call a timeout one-on-one to get this 6 points on the board.
Our thanks to K-Paz and crew.
Yes.
Another great night.
Joe, thanks for reminding me.
With the sights and the sounds that you see on your TV screens, however you may be taking this game in. K-Paz and our camera folks, audio people, they do a fantastic job. Go ahead.
Give them some love. Right? Technical director Mike Weinmiller, want to thank him and the rest of the crew. K-Paz, our producer extraordinaire. On EIC is Tim Brusky. Audio mixer Walker Brewer. Video Alexander Kitchens. Camera real quick. Shirley, Tiffany Jonah, Brittany Frierson, Jared Thomas, Jessica Pazzard, Kendall Bishop, Autumn Sherrill. Scorers table, Alex Johnson, Taylor Bone. Demler with a big leg, Joe. He has the distance, and it is good. They get fired. They can see, look at the emotion. You got to love that. That's something to build on. That's a nice
38 yards.
38 yards. That's something to build on. With 1:01 left on the clock, and it didn't move on that snap.
Well, they're trying to tell him there.
That is trying to run it. Yeah, it didn't run.
That's probably going to be the last play of the game.
It might be. They're not going to reset. They're going to see if they reset the play clock. Yeah, the play clock is now. That might be how we end it right here. And it's 48-6. So it goes back to the 42-point mark.
Good job by AC Florida tonight. They scored early and often. Roper Winsky was terrific tonight. Had a lot of help. Simmons and Scott and the rest of the crew, and that AC Florida defense keeps Chapin out of the end zone, holds them to 2 field goals, and they go to 2-0 on the season.
Yes, sir. And I think things to clean up for both teams. Of course, Chapin has a lot to work on, but AC Florida's got to clean up those penalties. And I think, the great coaching staff they have over there, they'll get it done. I'm looking forward to see what AC Florida does the rest of the year and to see if Chapin can turn it around a little bit as the season unfolds. Been a great, outstanding broadcast. We got a lot coming up for you folks. We're going to give out some awards and trophies and accolades in just a little bit. We're going to watch the handshake line, and when we come back, we're going to have player of the game announcement, play of the game, and we'll talk to our victorious bunch of Falcons as well. Stay with us, folks, for the post game.
The story for this team has yet to be written. Pick it up. We've never seen anything quite like this. Arch Manning, what a throw! This is gonna be a war right now.
Saturday on Watch Fox. Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration into silence. This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
And yeah, that's not the correct score right on your screen. It was 48-6, your final score. It wasn't quite that bad. Stacey Huffman cashing up in the press box right there. The press box you're looking at right there. That was 48-6. Congratulations, AC Flora, for that win right then. Of course, we're going to tell you about the stop of the game, brought to you by a school bus stop, presented by NHTSA NHTSA. Always stop for the school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. This is paid for by NHTSA. Take a look.
School bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And speaking of that NHTSA school bus stop of the game, we have one for you, coincidentally.
How about that? Imagine that, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of good stops in this ball game, but we have one to show you. Right. How about that one on fourth down?
Yeah, they try to throw a little quick pass out on fourth down and short. Can't get to the sticks. Flora with one of many stops tonight, and they get another one in this sequence right here as we watch that video.
Yeah, but Ted did a good job stopping Conant right there.
Presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And now let's look at our Atkins Law Firm player of the game, folks. If you watch this ball game, you kind of got an idea who it was. 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Talk about it, Joe.
There's Roper Winsky to Bird. First play of the game, essentially a big 34-yard pickup. He scrambles right here, picks up a first down. Play fake right there, RPO over the middle to Charlie Scott into the end zone, touchdown. And he gets Banag right here in the back right corner of the end zone. Big night for Roper Winsky. 4 touchdown passes, 175 in the air. And he led the way tonight for the Falcons.
And that's going to lead us to the Mark Brown play of the game. Mark Brown brings you that play of the game. Your dedicated injury lawyers, Mark Brown Law Firm. Let's talk about the play of the game. And Roper Winsky might be involved in that. I'm not sure.
I think he probably is.
Let's take a look. There he is
again. Yes. A 17-yard touchdown over the middle of Scott. And that's the best throw of the night, right? Yes. Put it where he really had to, kind of on the back shoulder there.
Yeah,
where only Scott was going to catch a defender right there, but look at this throw, just perfectly placed for the touchdown.
That's high-level quarterbacking right there, brought to you by Mark Brown Law Firm, play of the game. Let's go down to Claire Foley and an exciting bunch of winning AC Flora Falcons tonight. Oh, look at the coach with the kids.
All right, Coach. Impressive win here tonight. Seemed like you guys had a little bit of everything. Forced interceptions and fumbles, rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, a successful onside kick. What'd you like about the complete performance you had tonight?
You know, all I got to say, man, you guys, you ready? It's a great day to be a Falcon, baby! Hey!
Yeah. And you guys did it with an epic performance from the whole team. What message do you think you sent to show other teams that it's not just one guy they have to look out for, it's the whole team?
Hey guys, you ready? It's a great day to be a Falcon!
Yeah. All right, I know it's this one what you want. Before we go, we also want to recognize our player of the game, our quarterback, Roper Winsky. But introducing our Week 1 Sonic Friday Night Rivals team winner, the AC Flora Falcons.
Congratulations, Coach and Falcons, on a great performance. Great job, Claire Foley, on the field down there all night long. For Joe Cash and outstanding crew, I am Stacey Huff, saying thanks for joining us. And let's thank some of our sponsors as we head out of here. Sonic, Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina National Guard, MUSC Health, Cameron Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, Mark Brown Law Firm, USC Sumter, Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, NHTSA, Northeast Trophies and Awards. Next week, folks, it's a big one. Top 5 matchup in 5A. Ridgeview Blazers visiting the Dutch Fort Silver Foxes next Friday, September 5th on our airwaves. Please do not miss it. It'll be a big one, folks. The eyes of the state will be a part of that ball game. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, folks. And thanks for watching from the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week crew. Good night, everybody.